Let's do it. Let's see what happens. All right, I think we are going live. Hey everyone, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Let me know that you're seeing this here in the live chat. And as you might have been able to guess from the title of this video and the thumbnail, I have a special guest with us today. We have Brian Turner. Brian, you want to say hello?
Woo! Hey guys, I'm excited to do this live stream.
Yeah, Brian's an old friend of ours. We've known you for many years, and I appreciate you taking the time out to your busy schedule. I know you got a lot going on, and to indulge me in having a fun vegan chat because, you know, like I said, you're an old friend of ours, and if we lived any closer, because you live in San Diego, we live in Long Beach, I'm sure we'd see each other way more, because every time I see you and Sammy, I always just get good vibes and go, God, I want to hang out with these guys more. So now with all of us being locked down, at least here in California, it's like, I want to see some of my vegan friends. So this is one way we can accomplish that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy to me is that we are old friends at this point, because it still feels like we just met a year or two ago, but time flies really, really fast. But yeah, if we were closer, I'd be taking you to the Modern Vegan every couple of weeks, because we love that restaurant, man. There's so much good food down here in San Diego.
Oh, wow, because I'm familiar with Donna Jean and Bar Kindred, so there's another good one now too?
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, so like I was championing this place called Plant Power Fast Food, and it's still one of the best places I've ever been. But now there's a new place that just opened up called the Modern Vegan, and it's like soul food, junk food, like, oh my gosh, it's so good. They have like chicken and waffles with like, the waffles are the size of like a plate, and there's two of them, and then a big chunk of like vegan chicken, and a steak knife goes through the whole thing, and they just smother it with mashed potatoes and stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Oh man, how's your stomach feel after a meal of that?
It's a coma afterwards, man. You have quite a lot of sodium going into you, so you just go home and nap. There's no plans to hike after that one.
So let's introduce yourself for people that might not know who Brian Turner is. I kind of hinted from the thumbnail and the title that you are a vegan bodybuilder and a YouTuber as well. I don't think I mentioned that. So for those who might not know who Brian Turner is, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm a vegan bodybuilder. I've been lifting for 11 years now. Started when I'm 15. When I was 15, now I'm 27. So like 11 and a half. And I went vegan almost 5 years ago at this point. And the reason I went vegan was because I used to have really severe cystic acne, which you can find out about if you go on my channel, look at the top viewed videos. You'll see what I used to look like. Tons of cystic acne. I got rid of it on Accutane. And also by taking dairy out of my diet. But then eventually, after I got off Accutane, put the dairy back into my diet, and my acne came back. And that's what made me think, let's see if going vegan can make my acne disappear. Went fully vegan. Acne just got better and better and better. And then from that point on, I started watching the documentaries and getting more into it. And then that's really what sealed in me being vegan. And now it's not about acne at all. It's about health, about the environment, all the other impacts that veganism has. And yeah, so yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and I show people how to stay fit and what to eat and get muscles and whatnot while you're vegan.
One thing you went actually, I don't know if a lot of people know we share this in common. We share many things in common, being vegan and all, but we were both on the Doctor's TV show, right? You were too?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we were both on that.
Yeah, you for a different purpose. You is for your acne, right?
Yeah. I shared my acne story. What was yours? I forget at this point.
Ours was they were looking for people who ate the banana diet, you know, like, and they couldn't find anyone. They're trying to do this rather quickly. They were trying to find people that eat only bananas, and they found out about us and me. You know, I eat a lot of bananas. We never said we eat a lot, but you know, every week back then I was going to the market and buying a big case of bananas, like 40 pounds. So they figured, right, he's local, he'll do. So we went on and talked about that. And yeah, I made many videos responding to what the doctors are throwing at me about, you know, it's a giant potassium pill. No, it was someone else. But anyway, they're just going off how your heart could stop beating from eating bananas. And I pointed out there's no real such thing. It's just mathematically, physically impossible to get a toxic dose of bananas. You just couldn't eat enough bananas quickly enough. And that thing about your heart standing still is just for a small subset of people who have a certain medical condition. I don't know if we should tell the rest of the 99.99% of the population out there to not eat bananas, because you might have this crazy rare condition. If you ate a banana or two, your heart might stop. And I wanted to point out too, I don't think I had a chance, that I've made a video since then, that bananas aren't really the highest potassium containing food. If you look at the list, it's like a number 1,000 or something like that. It's right up there with like catfish and squash.
Yeah, dude, the doctors, like, I'm so glad I got on that show, and it really, got my story out to a lot of people and helped them. But I feel like the doctors of TV shows is like the clickbait of YouTube. They are so good at clickbaiting stuff. Bananas will stop your heart. See tonight, Ryan eats so many bananas, his heart just might stop on the show.
I should have seen the trailer. I don't know if they made one for me, but I know for you were there to discuss how your acne cleared up. And I thought, if I remember watching the video and talking to you, they did some clever editing. And I saw you saying that you cleared it up by eating a lot of plants. But didn't you also say that you were vegan? Because I don't remember that on the actual episode.
Yeah, so I don't know how they did it with your episode, because I think they do everyone different. Because I've had actually a couple of friends who have been on the doctors as well. So everyone kind of has a different story. But they made my segment kind of quick. So we recorded for a while, and then the actual segment that they put up was like maybe half the time. So a lot of the stuff that we mentioned or talked about just got cut out of the episode.
Yeah, so yeah, and ours too. I remember Angie mentioned she has a better memory, I guess, because she said it that we're vegan, and that didn't make the final episode. And pretty much everything's there. They didn't really chop much down, but they managed to chop that bit down.
It's the V word, man. You said the V word.
I mean, is that a bad thing to say on their show? Will they lose sponsors or anything like that? Let's check. See the chat here. Let's see if there's any questions for Brian. So I figure what we can do here is kind of go back and forth, me and Brian chatting about various topics, vegan related topics, and also answer any questions that you guys might have for us. So let me just take a quickie look here and see if there's any specific questions I see here. Let's see. Not seeing any right now, just a lot of praise and stuff like that. I guess Lucretia has a question. I don't know if she's asking us or people in general in the chat. Does anyone get instant pimples from high fructose corn syrup? Any experience with that, Brian?
Yeah, so any foods that are high glycemic index are actually triggering for acne, or people who are predisposed to acne. And the reason why is when you have your insulin increase, it increases something in your body called mTOR. And when mTOR is raised in your body, it actually increases the amount of sebaceous oil that your sebaceous glands produce. And so if you're predisposed to having pores clog, having more of the oil produced causes more pimples. So yeah, try to stay away from things that are high sugar. High fructose corn syrup is definitely very, very high sugar.
How about foods that have that are sugar but like in a whole food plant form, like say bananas or fruit? How does that affect you?
Yeah, so fructose is different. Fructose, because it's with fruits, is binded with fiber, which slows down the digestion of it. But also fructose takes an extra step in your liver to break down. So it actually takes quite a bit longer than like sucrose, like table sugar, or like processed sugar that you'd get like in a candy bar or candies or something like that. So it doesn't raise your blood sugar quite as quickly, and thus does not also increase your mTOR quite as quickly.
Okay, so people worried about acne or have acne shouldn't really worry about fruit, but they should worry about like processed foods have high fructose corn syrup. Any other trigger foods you want to mention to these people?
I mean, there's so many, but like the quick ones off the top of my head is obviously dairy and meat, which you probably already would assume, but also alcohol, and there's a couple other ones like artificial sweeteners, artificial colors. Yeah, all those things definitely cause acne.
I see in the question, Peter is asking, can too much B12 give you acne? Any thoughts on that?
This is actually a big in the acne community, which is funny because I'm part of like this vegan community and then the whole different community, the acne community. This is kind of a buzzing topic right now because a lot of vegan people are coming into the acne community and they're supplementing with sublingual B12 or B12 pills. And then they'll experience a big breakout. So I don't know if you guys know who Simnet Nutrition is. I know you know Derek. Yeah. But he actually just talked to me about this last month when we were staying together. He was like, yeah, when I started supplementing B12, I started having breakouts where I usually don't break out at all. So this is kind of like a case-to-case thing. It's not like everybody breaks out from B12, but some people definitely react pretty poorly to it.
Are they doing like high doses or just like normal recommended dosages?
I think honestly, if you look at B12, like when you use the sublingual, if you look at like the percentage on the back, it is high dose. Like when it says use like 1/4 of a dropper or something like that, it's like 26,000% of your needed B12. So it is kind of by default pretty high.
I see. I got a question from Drama Llama. Thanks for the first super chat tip of the day. And maybe I'm not sure who this is. Maybe this is a question for you, Brian. Is Brock Lee in isolation? Ain't seen him lately. So what is that all about?
Yeah, Brock Lee. He went on a trip. He's in another country, and then they wouldn't let him back in because we got all locked down. Brock Lee is the host of the World Vegan News on my channel.
That's you. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's you when you wear that cool coat. I love that. Where'd you find that, by the way? I think it's awesome.
I went to a thrift store, man, and just made the whole ensemble up.
It looks very like, I don't know if you've seen like 1970s, like Wide World of Sports, Howard Cosell kind of thing. It looks really cool.
That's what I was going for. I was going for Anchorman, like the movie Anchorman.
Yeah, you nailed it. All right, awesome. Yeah, paying homage to your hometown as well.
Yep. Yeah. I actually paused that like series for a little bit just because it takes so much time, and I just kind of ran out of time to produce the episodes. The episodes were taking about 12 hours.
Oh wow, yeah, they looked really well made, so I can imagine. Yeah, there's like a fine like sweet spot for YouTube producers, that we try to hit so we can produce regular content.
Yeah. I don't want to put one video up every 10 days. I want to put 2 up every week.
Let's see if I have any more questions from the crowd here. So yeah, we're talking about nutrition, health. We'll talk about all sorts of stuff, but let's talk a little bit about let's keep on with nutrition and health. Let's do a couple more things. This is, you've put your blood tests up before too, right?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, me too. I try to put them up every 12 to 18 months, and yeah, for me, yeah, pretty much always good. Last time, my LDL was a tad over 100, but I've always kind of ran high. Even back when I was eating like a raw vegan diet in 2012, my LDL was, I never got my total cholesterol below 150, like say T. Colin Campbell and others recommend. Anyway, I got that back down, and for the first time ever, I got my testosterone tested, and that created quite a controversy because I asked my doctor for both free and total testosterone. I don't think my doctor understood. I just got total, and it was like really high. It was 744, which is like, 28-year-old dude level, and I'm 52
like
years old, and I wanted to point out how Joe Rogan does testosterone replacement therapy. He's born the same year as me. We're pretty much the same age, and he takes testosterone supplements with it, so his will be about mine. He said he doesn't want like crazy, freakish levels, just those of about a 30-year-old dude, and that's what mine are naturally. And I'm pointing out, hey, but I'm the vegan. I'm the one that's supposed to be, feminine and sissy and all this stuff. Yet my testosterone is naturally like peak levels. How's you got yours tested too, right? Any thoughts on, like, a lot of people are saying, okay, your total's really high, but free is what matters, and I can't get my. So what's your thought? What are yours like, and what's your thoughts on the free versus total? Should I worry about that?
That's what I was waiting for, because people are going to be like, oh, that's a great number, but what about the other numbers? So like you never really win.
I want to point out that like Baker, Mr. Baker, Dr. Baker, whatever, his were low for both free and total. It's like one was high and the other was low. I think they kind of correlate. But anyway, what's your thoughts on free versus total? And how's yours going? Did you get yours tested, I thought, recently?
Yeah, it's the same situation. When you go to a doctor and you ask them to do your testosterone, generally you don't get to like dictate what they do. Mm-hmm. You just get to say like, I want whatever tested, and then they set up the panel.
Yeah.
And they're not going to listen to you when you're like, I want free and total because I'm making a YouTube video.
I tried. Maybe my insurance company said no.
Yeah, so like when I did my blood test, because I did that soy challenge where I ate like a little over a pound of soy every single day for a month. I tested my blood before and after, and then my testosterone actually went up. I think it was at like 650 or something at the beginning, and then it was at 800 and something at the end. But then it's the same comments, it's like a bunch of trolls come in and they're like, oh, well, your testosterone went up, but it's probably because your estrogen went up. And also you didn't test the right testosterone, so you probably still have low testosterone.
Like I wonder, do all these haters and trolls go to their doctor and get these awesome blood tests? Like, do they have bitchin' insurance or something like that? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we're just doing it because, like YouTube videos and stuff. But like, seriously, who's overthinking it this much? If you're not having actual issues like lethargy or like extreme weakness or anything like that, then like I feel like over obsessing about this kind of stuff is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Yeah, some people just take it like way too hardcore. They'll look over everything, and I like it. Do you get this too on your blood test videos where everything's in range, but people will say, "Well, you're sort of on the high or low end of the recommended range." I go, "It's still in range. I mean, give me a break, brother."
Yeah, right. Like,
that's the worst thing they could find.
As if your genetics have no part in this at all.
Yeah, people don't understand that. Doctors fully realize that genetics play a role. That's why some people just have naturally high, like say LDL or triglycerides or what have you. And yeah, I tell you, my total cholesterol is just a little high even when I was fully raw. It's just a genetic thing. I was telling people, like, back then there was nothing more I could do. I was eating no processed food, anything, just like, the purest food on earth, and I still couldn't get it below 150.
It didn't matter until you started a YouTube channel, and then the microscope came out.
Yeah, but the bottom line is I don't listen to what the haters. I listen to what my doctors say, and I've showed it to other doctors too who aren't my doctor. I'll show it, like, say, to Dr. Joel Kahn and others, and they're all saying, yeah, this is great. You're 52. This is freaking awesome. High five. But the haters try to make it sound like these everything within range blood tests I'm on death's door.
Yeah, I'm surprised at your testosterone numbers. Those are really high. That's literally my numbers. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything special. Just eating a vegan diet, staying healthy, and I don't know. But I know it's higher than all the meat eaters, the carnivore type people that are my age that have put theirs up. I tell you, they're either dangerous, really low, like 90-year-old woman low, or supplementing. So I don't know. The thing is, here's the funny thing, the whole irony of it. I'm the one that doesn't act like this like big alpha male jerk or anything like that, but they're the ones with the low T. I'm just like totally chill, balanced kind of dude here. I don't worry about all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm aware of the carnivore community and stuff. But I try to keep that community as far over there as possible. I try not to touch it with a 20-foot pole or even breathe about that stuff because I don't even want to invite those trolls in, man. I just can't stand that whole community.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate. And I notice there's just a lot of bigotry in general, not just hating on vegans, but they'll leave comments that are racist, sexist, ageist, you name it. Anything where the sentiment comes from a place of hate, I'm noticing that. Like, what is that? I don't understand how changing your diet could turn you into this hating person. It's bizarre. I mean, I get hate from vegans too, but not on that extreme kind of way. So I know what you're saying. I think twice when I make a video about those guys because I know they're going to come out and just do their thing.
You're going to see this live stream and then cut it apart and make a video about us.
They probably will, huh?
Probably. They've made a couple, and what'll happen is someone from the vegan community, another creator, will be like, "Hey, man, have you seen this video yet from whoever?" And I'll be like, "Nope, I didn't even know that existed. But now that you've let me know, I'm going to for sure not watch that video ever, dude, because I don't invite that negativity into my life, dude. I'm not going to watch a 22-minute video about what's wrong with me and how veganism is like destroying my life. No, I'm good, bro. Thank you.
I feel the same way because I know what they're going to say is bull crap. I've seen a few of them, and they're just making crap up the whole time. And in fact,
nasally voice, feminine voice. It's always
all this crap.
Thing.
Yeah, like one dude, I'm not going to mention his name. I don't think he's making videos anymore, fortunately, but he's calling me out saying like they're trying to analyze how I could be vegan so long. That was last year, so it would have been like 8.5 years vegan, and how come I haven't made one of those videos, why I'm no longer vegan. Well, I did make one on April Fool's a couple days ago, but besides that, how come Ryan is still alive and not falling apart and stuff like that? So I said the only reason why Ryan is still going is because all his muscles have completely degenerated and deteriorated down to nothing. I go, I'm actually right then, and even more so now, I'm like stronger now than I've ever been at any point in my life, and that includes all the years before I went vegan. So there goes that. And I even challenged him. They said he has no athletic ability whatsoever. So I challenged this dude. It's like, all right, let's put up or shut up. He's on the other side of the planet. No way to get together. But it's like, if I'm that weak and that feeble and falling apart, let's play a game of one-on-one basketball. That's my sport. You're so strong, you should be able to beat me. But since we can't do that, go and slam dunk. I can slam dunk at age 51. I'm 52 now. That's what I told him. If it's that easy, if I'm that weak and feeble, go. Wherever you live, I'm sure there's a basketball court in your neighborhood, and just show me that you can do this thing that a 52-year-old feeble, totally, completely degenerated vegan man can do. And crickets.
Yep. Or the one you'll get is secretly, the way that person has been vegan for so long, they secretly eat meat on the side. Just they have a whole vegan channel and their whole life is about veganism, but they're secretly sneaking beef jerky when the camera's off.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Another one is, oh, it's because of the stores in his body. Like, bro, I've been vegan like 8.5 years. I mean, how much stuff did I have stored up? And before I went vegan too, I was pretty much a vegetarian because Angie's been vegetarian since the 80s. So, she's doing all the cooking. So it wasn't like I was eating tons of meat all the time. I was pretty vegetarian. So the whole theory is just making crap up. So now when I hear some guy made a video about how I'm a feeble, weak vegan, it's like, I'm not going to bother, because the only way to make a video like that is to lie and make crap up. There's no way to do it otherwise.
It's a circus. I just stay away from it, man. Yeah, it's an absolute circus.
Yeah, we all know who some of these guys are. We don't want to give them any extra promotion or attention, but yeah. Let's see, we got any other good questions here. Let's see. I want to thank Race Lever, our moderator here, for keeping a nice, clean chat going on here. I want to give some kudos there. Let's see. Rabbit Food Fitness, cool name. You can totally get strong as a vegan. I started lifting weights after I became vegan. Let's talk about that, Brian, because a lot of these hater carnivore types have this weird, beyond assumption, this is hardcore belief that cannot be changed no matter what you say or do, that it's impossible to be strong or to make strength gains, muscle gains as a vegan. What do you have to say to that?
I mean, if it's not trolls, like if it's actually someone who's genuinely thinks that it's not possible to be vegan and have strength or gain muscle, that's where I came from too. So I totally get that, and I don't blame anybody for that, thought, because I think it's kind of drilled in our head, in the beginning, that you need protein from meat and stuff. So yeah, when I went vegan for those reasons I mentioned earlier, but I was like, oh man, I hope I can retain muscle. I hope I can, retain strength. Maybe I'll be able to progress, but we'll see. So I was pretty skeptical going into it, but like I said, I think I'm just shy of 5 years into veganism. And at this moment, I'm the heaviest I've been at the leanest I've been. So
wow.
Right before this pandemic started and I wasn't able to go to the gym anymore, I was at 209 pounds at the leanest I've been. And the heaviest I've ever been was 216, but I was much higher body fat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was doing pretty gosh damn good until the whole world closed down.
So what about strength gains? How has your so you were lifting before you went vegan. How has your bodybuilding and your ability to lift higher, more pounds, how's that changed since going vegan? Has it been affected at all?
Yeah, so it hasn't been affected. I don't lift for, I'm not a power lifter, I'm a bodybuilder. Mm-hmm. So it's all about size and shape of the muscles. Yeah. I'm going to be competing at the end of this year, if this coronavirus thing ends, maybe next year then.
Yeah.
But in terms of what I use in the gym, the weights I'm using the heaviest weights that I've used. So when I'm doing rows and stuff, I'm using the top of the dumbbell rack, which I think is 115.
Wow.
Or when I'm doing rows on seated cable row, I'm using the whole stack for sets of 8 to 12. So it's definitely still going real heavy. Heaviest person in the gym, and probably one of the only vegans in the gym.
So you've had no issues getting stronger, because I made a video. I saw Jarrett come on here of Straight Veg. He came in here. I don't know, last year. We made a video responding to one of these haters I was talking about from last year, who proclaimed that he's one of those guys that was vegan and quit being vegan and all that. And ever since he quit vegan, he blames veganism from not being able to get all buff like you. And he's made the strong proclamation that's absolutely 100% physically, biologically impossible to get stronger, to gain muscle as a vegan. And Jared told his story, and your story here again disproves that, and mine too. Because I tell you, I'm stronger now than at any point. I could say pretty much. I was maybe stronger before the gyms closed down, and obviously. So how are you coping with that? How does that affect your ability to train for bodybuilding?
Oh man, it's terrible. So there's some people who are make the best of it. Home workouts are the bomb. You can still gain muscle. I had a lot of people be don't be discouraged. You can still keep your bulk going while you're at home. And I'm I don't want to be negative, but when I'm at the gym, there's just a certain amount of weights that I can use, and you can't replace heavy weights with more reps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's
two different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two different muscle fibers being activated and stuff. So I recently really luckily had a subscriber drop off some old school weights. So now I have 140 pounds worth of weights, where before I had literally two 15-pound dumbbells. So that's good because now I'm able to do a little bit more. I'm able to like bench and row and stuff. But again, it's still like half or a third of the amount of weight that I would usually use on the same exercises. So I'm just trying to do as many reps as possible. And really all I'm trying to do right now is just retain the muscle that I do have so that I can save it until after this virus, and then I can continue on my bulk.
Yeah, I think that's the philosophy for many of us, is to just try to maintain, really not to make big gains right now, unless you have access to great stuff. Yeah, imagine for you, 140-pound bench press, probably, you probably need a little bit more than that to get your...
So bad, man. It's killing me.
That's a lot for me, but...
Yeah, I really wish I had more weight, so it would be really good.
Yeah, fortunately for me, not being as built as you are, but yeah, I tell you, I've been training. Yeah, that's one thing I started doing when I wanted to fulfill my quest of slam dunking. Past age 50, I had to like switch how I trained from being like a endurance athlete to a little bit more strength, a lot more strength work, and was I going to say? But yeah, fortunately now I can still do stuff at home. In fact, I just filmed a video yesterday, so I'll put that up for you guys probably early next week. You can see what I'm doing, but it's kind of cool now. I'm kind of going back to more running. I hadn't ran in like 2-3 years. My running sucks, so I'm getting out there a couple times a week. So I'm just doing this balanced approach. Fortunately, I weigh quite a lot. I'm 6'4.5", so I have some weight. So when I do push-ups, that's 194 pounds of resistance there. That's cool. So the muscles do get worked more than if I were light. I'm fortunate to have a couple dumbbells here, really old ones. They're probably like from the 60s. I don't know where I got them, like a 30-pounder. Could do a lot with that. But I know what you're saying. It's kind of I kind of miss having the heavy weights for some exercises,
Yeah, man. You know who the real winners are? The real winners are those people who already had a sick home setup where they have a couple 100 pounds in dumbbells and weights and stuff. They're going to come out of this pandemic. We're all going to be lost 15 pounds of weight, and they're all going to be still bulking another 10 pounds heavier. And the gyms are just going to be filled with these at-home workout dudes who are just looking sick.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. Yeah, especially when I get back out on the basketball courts. Like, you can't really play. It's a contact sport. Social distancing is impossible. And it's hard to keep up basketball fitness just by running. It's a whole different kind of motion doing basketball, starting and stopping, going fast, going slow, changing direction. So there's never been anything like this in our history. So I don't know. I don't have no idea what guys are going to be like once we get back out there. We're all going to be like...
You're going to be rusty is what it's going to be.
Yeah, I have nowhere to shoot or anything like that. So it's going to be a weird few months of seeing guys just like passing out and not be able to buy a shot to save their lives. But I'm looking for it. I'm wondering, how's my vert going? But I'm still trying to train, keep my jumping muscles trained. I'm still doing squats and calf raises. I don't have weights, but I just use body weight and just doing whatever I can to keep those muscles from atrophying much. Just keep them engaged still.
That's the key. I think a lot of people are taking this as like a full Netflix break and they're not doing any exercises every day, but you just got to do something so your body doesn't just atrophy and deteriorate.
Yeah, I agree. I've been trying to do something every day. Some days that's like today I ran for like 3.1 miles. Cool. Other days I'll just do some yoga stretching. Other days I'll get all my weights out here and do my routine. It's just, every day is something cool. So I kind of think this is like just kind of being kind of a generalist right now, hitting a broad way of training, not specifically anything, but just it feels good. Whatever works. Just bottom line is, guys, just stay healthy right now, so your body will be healthy when this is all over, and hopefully help protect you from really succumbing to the worst effects of this virus right now. Oh, what do you? I say, Cade Lockwood brought up a good point about resistant bands can work in lieu of weights. What do you think about that, Brian? Because I've been thinking about trying to get some resistant bands. What do you think?
Good luck. I just feel like you can't get anything when you go on Amazon right now, or just really any website, anything, even like Bowflexes or just like even like the peculiar stuff that you would never buy in a million years is like sold out and like tripled the price. So like I've been looking for bands as well, because then I could still use my weights, but then put bands on them, so it just increase the amount of weight. I can't find any bands, but yeah, if you have them, then definitely use them, because the farther you move away from those bands, the more weight it really is, the more resistance it is. It's good.
All right, we had one. Angie had one, and we can't find it, but she has a couple ideas, so we'll dig it out. I'll let her know. Yeah, don't even bother looking on Amazon. We'll just try to dig one out here. All right, Tracy, our moderator, is back here too. So Race Lever, Tracy, no troll will get through. It's a hard wall here. Let's see. What else I want to talk to you about? Any topic you want to bring up, Brian? While we're, if we want to switch gears here, or anything else you want to talk about, like training, fitness type stuff?
I mean,
I got one for you.
training?
I got a question for you. We're kind of talking about this a little bit. What do you think about how, like for me, you know, like I told you, some of those guys, those haters last year saying, "Oh, Ryan has no muscle. He's completely degenerated down to like a starving, like concentration camp victim type guy." And you know, I've put on muscle now, but then still they find fault. Well, you should be able to squat, you know, 350 pounds and all this stuff. It's like, well, maybe, but that's not what I'm not trying to train to be a squatter. I'm trying to be a basketball player. Like, what do you say? Because like you're a million times past me as far as physique, you know, so they're hating on me for not looking like you. So say I were to finally look like you. I don't think I ever will, but say I did. What kinds of crap will I get then? Like, oh, I did 10 years of training and now they're saying this about me? Like, what can I expect to ever get there?
You can expect the exact same thing, just reframed into a different statement. So like if you just all of a sudden started bodybuilding for 10 years and then you know, whatever, looked like me or whatever, then they would be like, oh yeah, but there's this other guy who's way bigger than you. Why don't you look like him? Or they'd be like, yeah, that's cool deadlift, but this other guy deadlifts 600 pounds. So your 300-pound deadlift is stupid. You just can't win.
It's just not good enough. They just keep pushing the goal further away because someone else can do something. Well, I'm not him and I'm not trying to be him. I'm doing my thing.
The thing that I always think is funny is like if you go into a normal gym though, 90% of those people aren't vegan. And how come we aren't saying like, how come you can't deadlift 400 pounds, but you just had a hot dog for lunch, didn't you? Like, why can't you squat 350?
That's why I like to turn it back on them. Like, hey, I'm an old fogey that can slam dunk. You know, it was hard work. It was a lot of training. You go do it.
You say fogey?
Yeah, that's what I called myself. Yeah, I mean, if it's that easy, if it requires zero athletic ability, go show me. Prove me wrong.
What's a fogey, dude?
An old fogey? You never heard that before? Maybe it's a
No,
really
man.
old school term. I don't know. Comment.
No, that's gangster.
Comment down in the chat here if you've heard the word fogey. Am I making a word up? I have been known to do that from time to time.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna start using that.
Let's see. Joanna Mallow says talking about yours, I'm sure, his hair looks like that of a warrior.
Hey, I'll take it. Oh, actually, cool story about my hair. I've been growing it for a little bit over 3 years now. Whenever this whole lockdown pandemic thing is over, I'm going to officially finally donate it to Wigs for Kids, so I'll have short hair.
Oh, really? How short are you going to take it?
I'm going to try to donate as much as I possibly can donate because I just want the wig to be as good as it can possibly be. So I'll probably have like maybe this much left.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So we appreciate his here now before it is gone. And people said they have heard fogies. Some said they have not heard it, but it's a funny word. So, yeah, old fogey is legit. Yeah, Tracy is like, yeah, a teacher. She knows her words. All right, I didn't make up a word. All right, cool.
It's official. It's official, everybody.
Old fogey, yeah, I thought it was a UK thing. Maybe it is. Maybe it's more UK, like a slang word or something like that. All right, so I know. I won't bother, like, giving up basketball and training to be a bodybuilder. I'll still get crap, right? And plus, you know, I'm tall, too. You're pretty tall too, aren't you, Brian? Because I'm 6'4.5", and I've noticed shorter dudes have the advantage in many lifts, right? It's tough work being like doing squats and deadlifts, being a taller dude. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm 6'1", and so like when you're shorter, you have better leverages just because like you have less of a distance to travel, and also you just have less of that weight being distributed over longer bones, so you have more strength per square inch. So yeah, I'd say shorter people have a better time with powerlifting. And then taller people generally have a bit better of an aesthetic, like look a little bit more athletic and like they can run and like move around more, where like short guys kind of get stocky and like real stacked up.
Yeah, that's just not my genetics. Yeah, I mean, I could probably lift as much as you do and train like you, and I'll still never get all that big. I think my genetics wants me to be kind of lean. I've put on strength and muscle over the past couple of years, but I just think I'll never look like that. There's a reason why, like most, like say elite basketball players, there's a few freaks of nature like Zion, and like LeBron and stuff like that. For the most part, though, their physiques are kind of like mine, just a little bit more strong. But they don't. You would never mistake most like elite like college players as like bodybuilders or anything like that, because they're about my height and taller. The body is long. It's hard to put giant muscle on a giant wingspan.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people just forget about genetics. It's like, you know, not everyone's built to be whatever it is that you want them to be the best at just to prove that veganism is fine. It's like there's so many different body types, and like If you look at Michael Phelps, he's #1 swimmer in the world and got like 40 billion gold medals.
Yeah.
But if you were to compare his diet and then say, like, how come you're not more muscular? Because whatever diet he was doing, it's like, well, he's not trying to get muscle, and his body's not made for muscle. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
That's two things. Yeah, you're right. There's two things: the training, the intentionally trying to train to get that look, and then the genetics that allow you to really to get that look. Yeah, and that's what people say. You've been like training all these like couple years now. You should be like way bigger. It's like, no, I'm training in a very specific way. I'm not training like a bodybuilder. I'm not training like, I'm training for my sport, which makes sense, right? Why would I train for a different sport that I'm not even doing?
Right, yeah. And then again, like you said earlier, you could still be doing all the right things, and it's like you versus someone else who has better genetics, that other person's going to win even if they aren't training as hard as you, just because their body's made for putting on muscle. Maybe your body's made for running. Like, everyone has a different set of genetics.
Mm-hmm. And that's the cool thing about my sport, like I own it, but the one I've been pursuing mainly for the past few years, basketball. Everyone's, no matter what your body size and type, brings something to the table, and you use your genetics, your skills, and your own unique way to try to be as good as you can. But yeah, you can be tall, short, everyone can play. Everyone's got their own way of doing it. I got another super chat tip here. Vig and Cap Liberation. Let's see. Does watching ads to the end help fund you guys? What do you think? I've never really experimented. Do you know if people have to watch an entire ad, Brian, for like the ads on YouTube videos to make it to us money wise?
I know back in the day they used to raise your CPM if people would watch more of your ads. So basically, like, they would just give you more money per 1,000 people who are watching your videos if people are watching the whole ad. But I don't know if it's still relevant now.
I'm just woefully not like up. I haven't been following that aspect of YouTube. I probably should, but yeah. Wujeta says we need Ryan to be like 415 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing, Ryan?
No, I feel good. Actually, there's like for basketball, there's like a sweet spot. If you're really big, that's good. You got some strength advantages, but that's a lot more energy. I mean, it takes a lot more energy to move that weight up and down the court. It's a balance, but and it might be harder to guard smaller, slower guys. So for me, a 6'4.5", 194 pounds, it's a really good place to be. I can handle myself against stronger dudes. I can chase little 20-year-old skinny kids around. It works out really well. This is the body I want. It could be a little stronger, obviously, but this is actually what I want. A lot of people don't get that. They think everyone wants to look like something else, like you or it's like, no, I'm happy. I feel like I've achieved what I want. But yeah, can I get improvements? For sure. That's why I'm still working at it.
Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegan is not muscular, 415 pounds, because he's vegan.
I want to be this. I don't want to get 200 pounds. That's my
no.
My goal.
You need 415 pounds, so I'm not going to go vegan. Okay.
Speaking of vegan and nutrition, protein. So where do you get your protein, man?
Yo, I hate that question so much.
I think every vegan hates that, but probably as a bodybuilder, what do you tell people when they find out they see your physique and you're vegan? Like, is that one of the first questions they'll ask you about the protein, though?
Yeah, that's always the first question. I feel like I should memorize an answer to that. That's more clever, but I don't know, right? It's just like every food has protein in it, and if you're trying to gain muscle too, I feel like this is a thing that a lot of people forget. It's like somebody who doesn't try to gain muscle, who's like not into bodybuilding or something, the first thing they say is like, where do you get protein from? But it's like, you're not training to gain muscle, so you've never eaten a ton of calories. So by default, you don't really understand that when you eat, like for me, when I'm bulking, I have to get 4,500 calories in. Before veganism, after veganism, I've always had to get that many calories.
Yeah, that's a lot of macronutrients.
Exactly, like you'd be hard pressed to not hit your macros, not hit your protein just from eating that many calories of pretty much anything. Even like if you just ate like 4,000 calories of bread, you'd be like 20 billion times more protein than you would possibly need. So I say, like, I don't know, like beans and tofu, you get it from pasta and grains, from oatmeal, from your veggies. I get like 30 grams of protein just from like dark green veggies and stuff. I don't know.
Here's a question I wonder about. Essentially, you're very proteins involved with gains. Do you purposely seek out high protein containing plant foods, or you don't even worry about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think like somewhere in my bro brain from bodybuilding for so long, I still do like, do a protein food. So like tempeh, like I'll put tempeh or tofu into a stir fry, whereas I could just have the stir fry with just veggies and rice and maybe beans, and that would be just fine. But like I'm saying, like I always hit my protein and then I go above it. So like at minimum, I'm trying to hit at minimum 130 grams of protein.
Whoa,
but I'm generally,
really? Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
but
like
I'm
a lot.
Hitting, does it sound like a lot?
I got to count mine out. I don't think I'm getting 100 grams of protein a day, even when I'm trying. I don't think I'll go measure it out one day.
A lot of times I don't measure, like I don't track it, but then every once in a while I'll track it for a video or something like that, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, dude, why am I getting 195 grams of protein? Like I look ridiculous right now, you know what I mean? And it's seriously, I'm not thinking about it at all. It's just kind of accidentally happens.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people are tripping out. About I don't know, a year and a half ago, I finally started taking I guess if you want to call it a protein supplement. To me, it's not. It's a whole food plant. It's Lentine. You may have seen that brand, Clean Machine, or Clean Green Protein. It's a whole food plant that's ground up. It just happens to be really high in your essential amino acids. It also has a lot of ALA. It's just a good plant. But anyway, people are like, oh my God, you got to watch out. Like too much protein is toxic. I go, dude, I'm 6'4.5". I'm very athletic for my age, and when you get older, you're supposed to have a little bit more protein. I'm going, I don't think an extra 20 grams of protein is really gonna like send me to the hospital or anything like that, cause any toxic diseases to develop. In fact, I think I actually feel a little bit better because I probably I don't think I ever was eating like 4,500 calories a day or anything like that. So it probably has done me good to get an extra 10 to 20 grams of protein every day. I feel better.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just like really cautious about a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people are like, and almost like Bumble Boy, you know what I mean? They're like scared to leave the house. It's like, I don't know. If you think like 15, 20, 25 grams more protein than you should get in is going to like ruin your health and life, then I feel like you're probably missing out on a lot of good stuff. Like going to a restaurant and eating junk food is not great for you, but I would rather go to the restaurants and enjoy my life until I die and maybe die like 2 years younger or something than just like be afraid of everything and be dogmatic and being like, I can't believe you're going to a restaurant. You know that they have oils in their foods. You shouldn't eat out. I don't know, man. It's just not for me.
What do you tell to the haters that say that? Like, oh, how can you be healthy when you're going out and eating these restaurant burgers and stuff like that? What's your answer? Because I know I have mine.
You got to live with balance, man. So like, yeah, you should definitely not just say, no, I don't care about anything at all. Like, obviously you should still like most of the time be thinking about things and try to do the healthiest thing. So like maybe 85% of the time you try to be healthy, but then the other 15% of the time you got to let your free flag fly. Go get some burgers, baby. Go to the Modern Vegan and get some mac and cheese, man. It's vegan mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's what I tell people too. I mean, it's a little different. I just say it's really, it's what you do day in and day out that matters. So if you're eating like that every day, that's one thing. But if it's like a special treat, you do it on the weekends or once a month or something like that, assuming you're healthy like you are, you don't have heart disease or anything like that, there shouldn't be any negative consequences. And it's good for our psychology too, because, it can be a bit depressing or sad if you restrict yourself from going out and just enjoying what your average people do every day, going out and grabbing a bite at a restaurant that might not have the healthiest food in the world. But yeah, when a vegan does it, how horrible of you. But when your average people do it, your non-vegans, no one thinks twice about it.
Yeah, I think vegans are generally a lot more like in tune with health and like worrying about this, that, and the other. I would say I really like your point about psychology. I've always said that to my online clients, but there's actually also physiologically a good health impact too, is because sometimes we actually don't have a perfect diet, even though we think we're eating like perfectly healthy and stuff. And so you might be missing out on something that when you do go splurge and have a junk food, you actually get that thing in. So maybe that's just generally calories. Maybe you're low on calories. Maybe you're not getting enough fats. Maybe you're not getting enough saturated fats because you think saturated fats are the devil. And we actually do need a certain amount of saturated fats to run our endocrine system. So a lot of people will feel better after going out and eating a junk food meal, but it's because you were missing out on something.
Yeah, we never like cook soy here in the house, but when we go out to a restaurant that has some tofu or soy, it's like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm digging it, yeah. Maybe there's some nutrients in there that are making my body feel good.
The isoflavones, man.
Let's see, here's a question from DJ121. How do you respond to people who say that you only absorb a fraction of the protein from plant foods, only like 20 or 30% compared to animal protein?
I don't know, man. So yeah, I hear this one too. There's two things to it. Like one, like just the way my body has responded. Like I don't know. I don't. Am I making like 20 to 30% less gains? I don't think so. But then two, I also think that a lot of that claim comes from the idea that plant proteins have higher and lower amount of amino acids and stuff, and it's like your body can do a lot more than what you think it can do with food, right? So I feel like a lot of it is coming from like technically breaking down things way too deep, and you might not realize that you get 400% more of each amino acid than you actually need, and then something is 20% lower in an amino acid, but you already have 300% more than you need. So I don't know. It's like
I like that
splitting
argument.
hairs.
I've used that in response to people who say that my health will be is in jeopardy or will suffer because I'm eating food that has been cooked. Because when you cook it, some of the nutrients go down. I'm going, look, I'm already getting like, multiple 100% of the recommended daily values of most everything anyway. So if I lost a little bit from the cooking, I'm still fine. Like, it's not like he who has the most wins. Like, if I have 400% of my vitamin A or C, but they get 600 to 700% because they didn't cook it, doesn't mean that they will have any noticeable or measurable health outcomes that would result to that in any way. So I see what you're saying. It's like, as long as you're getting what you need, like, it doesn't mean that getting 3 times that or versus 6 times that is any better.
Right. Again, I think people are just a little bit too cautious and just like freak out about stuff. And it's like, if you're not having any issues, then you're probably fine. If you do your blood test, especially, then you'll know exactly where you are and you'll know if you're fine.
And in the comments, yes, I made a whole video about this. Huma's Hero pointed out, and yeah, check out the video I made, that James Lightning Wilkes dismantled that very argument when he debated and debunked Chris Kresser. I went through this whole, protein discussion that they had on that debate very carefully and showed, it's not a problem. In fact, in the proofs in the pudding, just show them, look at me. I mean, you, not me, but you, like, am I getting enough protein? I think so,
Yeah, that was a video, man. The Lightning Wilkes versus Chris. Yeah, that was so funny. I watched the whole 3 hours, man. It was so good.
Yeah, once you got through the first hour, it was hard to get any traction there. But once they started tackling B12 and from there on out, how many times was Kresser forced to eat his own words? Like James said, "Will you admit you're wrong now?" Yeah, I was wrong. I had to say that over and over and over. I mean, never seen Chris have to do that before. And I haven't seen him appear on Rogan's since that.
Yo, it was painful, man. I like felt bad for him, even though he was wrong. I was just like,
he deserved it.
That sucks.
Because he's just been going on to Rogan's show for all these years now, just saying all this nonsense and having no one to fact check him. He had no idea what he was coming up against when James Wilkes entered that room. He had no idea that James was prepared to a T. He had a whole science team that he's been working with for years. James knew all the stats off the top of his head. He had his slides. Chris didn't know it hit him. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah, that's why I think I made like 3 or 4 videos going through that, because there's so much to pull out from there.
It was so good, but like, yo, I'm glad he's doing it, because I'm never going to do that kind of stuff, man. When people like ask to debate me about veganism, I'm like, nah, I'm good, dude. My purpose on this earth is not to be a scientist and have these things on the top of my head so I can like debase all your arguments. No, like, go somewhere else and figure it out yourself. I'm just here to like show you how to lift weights, eat good food, and like you can go somewhere else.
I remember, I think the last time I saw you was at VegFest last year. We were on a panel, and if I remember right, you upset, I don't want to mention his name, but a local Los Angeles fruitarian personality. Have you do you have any past like angering fruit people like that, or what?
Yo, I just get saucy sometimes, man. When you put a microphone in my hand, it's not good. But no, I'm okay with people enjoying the raw lifestyle or fruitarian lifestyle, but it's when people tell you that your diet is wrong or that the only way is their way.
Yes.
And then I'm like, well, here's why you're wrong. And when I said that, he got real irritated. But I wasn't saying like, yo, I hate you and fruitarians are stupid and fruit is stupid. No, I'm like, dude, I eat a ton of fruit every day. It's fine. Fruits are great.
Yes.
It's just, I'm not wrong for eating rice, bro. It's fine to eat cooked beans. There's actually a lot of stuff that you're probably missing out on because you're not getting any of this cooked food.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting to see the credible evidence showing that somehow I'm at higher risk of a disease, less years of healthy living from eating potatoes and steamed broccoli and legumes. There's none. And we got a super chat tip here from 80s Warrior. Thanks so much there, 80s Warrior. Hey, Ryan, if you guys didn't work out for a year and only ate 800 calories a day, are you kidding? We're both over 6 feet tall. You would still not lose muscle. Zero atrophy. By the way, you can thrive and gain muscle on only 60 grams of protein a day. Well, what do you think about that, Brian? I haven't researched and studied this as much as you have. What do you think about that claim?
Maybe Ryan will do the experiment.
No,
that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate your enthusiasm there, 80s Warrior. But yeah, for someone my size, 6'4.5", and the kind of activity I do, even if I didn't work out, say I was just like running, which burns. I just went on a 3-mile run today. I think that was like 300 calories, 400 calories right there. I'll look at my Strava again. But I mean, 800 calories ain't going to get it done for someone like me. I'd really have to have a really sedentary lifestyle, and didn't do much thinking. I'd probably go through 800 calories just from brain power in a few hours.
Yeah, same here. Like, workouts are definitely somewhere around the 800 to 1200 calories burned. But even if, like he's saying, where we weren't working out, like, when I don't get enough calories in, like if I get 3,000 calories in a day or 3,500 calories in a day, I'll start losing weight pretty quick.
Wow,
like
really?
My body needs a lot of calories. Yeah, which is good because like I stay lean. So like if I'm getting low on my calories because I'm traveling, I'll come out the other end of the week of traveling like leaner, which is cool. Like right now I'm leaning up because I'm not eating as much. But yeah, if I was having 800 calories, I'd be dropping pounds weekly.
Yeah, Tracy, our moderator, brings up I typically have over 800 calories just in my morning smoothie. And what we're talking about there about eating fruit, I like to sometimes point out when people say I'm bashing eating fruit, it's like, no, I eat more fruit than many fruitarians do because a lot of them are like calorie restricting or fasting. Not all of them, but I mean, I'll start off my day with like 800 to 1,000 calories of fruit. So I mean, I'm not afraid of fruit in any level. I mean, I'm the one, and Angie, we're the ones that went on the doctors to defend eating boatloads of bananas.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like fruitarians sometimes do get mad about that, but then I'm like, yeah, same thing. I'm having like 1,200 calories, 1,000 to 1,200 calorie smoothies in the morning every single day.
How are you doing as being able to find enough fruit to make those smoothies? Because for me, getting bananas now has been kind of hit or miss, and I'm prepared to have maybe a few weeks where I don't really have any bananas. But how are you doing finding that amount of fruit to have 1,000 calorie smoothies?
Yo, a side note, is it just me or are smoothies without bananas just like not the same? They're just not smoothies for me.
Yeah, you can try with other fruit. If you have a lot of mangoes, you could get away with that, but that's hard to find good mangoes like that all year. Bananas are the foundation.
The foundation, like of course you add the other fruits in there, but like the bananas are the base that make it all so milky, like creamy and stuff. But yeah, like fruits it's hit and miss. So like right now, sometimes I'll go to the store and there's just tons of bananas, so I'll stock up and then I'll freeze them. But other times, I go in and there's nothing. So I'm sometimes just buying like the pre-sliced up frozen ones. Anything really. Okay,
that's what I have to do because yesterday I ordered Whole Foods delivery and they brought me two bananas and they're tiny. I mean, they're like maybe like 5 inches. I've never seen them. I think they're Cavendish, but they're like mini bananas. They brought me the banana guy, two bananas. Like, oh man, that's not gonna get it done.
Yeah, they didn't know who they were delivering to, man.
So I mean, I'm concerned about my smoothies, but oh well, whatever we got to do to get through this. I don't know. I mean, I just wonder, are people eating more bananas now that they're not going to work or something? I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, clearly they're not like stocking up because it's not like you're buying 3 months worth of bananas. It's only gonna last you for 2 weeks. They're gonna mold out, I don't know.
And maybe people think, hey, I'm home now. I don't want to cook. I don't know how to cook. I'll just grab bananas to eat in the day. That'll keep me going. Either way, I'm bummed because I'm sure a lot of us vegans have expressed some frustration over the past couple weeks that our foods are the ones that seem to be really hard to find. People are stocking up on the grains and legumes and bananas.
Taking my pasta, man.
Yeah, all the beans are gone. It's like, man, yeah, pasta. It's like, wow, this is like, wow, it took a pandemic to get people to eat better? I don't understand what's happening, but that seems to be what's happening.
It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of a good thing, I guess, in a way. It like sucks because like my rice is gone, but at the same time, that means people are eating rice and beans, and like they might feel the effects of eating whole foods instead of eating all, restaurants and frozen meals.
No, you didn't say the horrible words. My rice is gone. Your rice is gone.
Yeah, man. Are you not experiencing rice shortages in your stores?
Well, yeah, at the normal markets here, but we've been trained over the years to buy our big rice purchases at the Asian markets, the Chinese markets, and the Indian markets here. And we were kind of caught flat-footed because I was running for city council. It took a lot of time. I didn't have time to do all that shopping I was just talking about. So as soon as my race is over, we went to Little India here, and we got the stuff we normally get. We weren't hoarding. We got a 10-pound bag of basmati rice, so we feel pretty good with that. Plus, we had some brown, like maybe 10 pounds of brown short grain rice handy. So yeah, we got our rice stores back to where they should be. I'm hoping that's enough. But I know at Whole Foods it's horrible. Yeah, and other markets around here too. Because you know why? They only stock a little tiny bit on the shelves. If you go to these Asian markets, they stack them to the ceiling, so it's harder to clear them out.
Yeah, I also buy those big bags. So I think I have like 20 pounds of white rice. So I'm actually good.
Oh.
But I just noticed when I'm at the store, I'm like, wow, there's no rice. There's no pasta. There's no beans.
Okay, so you still have your rice at home. Okay, that's good.
I'm good, baby.
Okay, I was
rice.
feeling for you there, man. Like Ryan and Brian got to have our rice,
No, man, I'm carved up still.
Okay, good. You got me worried there. I can't imagine our lifestyle without rice. Seriously, it's like
oh, man.
It's one of the essential foods. I tell people, it's like it's inexpensive. It stores well. It's just a great solid food to have.
Yep, that and potatoes are my main carb sources, man.
Potatoes, yeah, same thing there. I tell people, when people say veganism is so expensive, they go, tell me what is cheaper than buying a 20-pound sack of potatoes, a 20-pound sack of rice? I mean, come on, meat costs less than that? You gotta be kidding.
Right, yeah, no, that's always my argument too. And I'm like, you're just talking about buying like Daya pizzas and stuff. Like, that's not food, that's junk, okay?
Yeah, compare that to a non-vegan frozen pizza. It's the same freaking price for the most part.
You gotta start cooking your own food, baby. You gotta grow up a little bit.
I also got lucky too. I was out of oats for the most part, and one of our local restaurants here ordered oats and let us know on IG. It said, oh, you guys got oats? Because I knew bananas are going to be a problem, so I wanted to get like 10 pounds of oats. I have breakfast for the emergency time. So I like oatmeal. That's my go-to. If I can't make a banana smoothie, oatmeal is what I'm automatically having. Oats are out too, people are saying. Yeah, so you got to start getting lucky. Like try to find some alternative places to find some of these foods. Like I said, ethnic markets, and maybe you might get lucky finding some restaurants that are like selling food, like just like not their food, but just like wholesale food. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Oatmeal is the bomb. I have like 15 pounds of that as well.
Yeah, see,
I'm stocked up.
We eat the same stuff. See, okay. This kind of takes me on to a slightly different topic I wanted to maybe touch upon. I guess I will, because I've had debates with like I had a debate last week with that guy arguing for fruitarians, saying I'm hating on them and stuff like that, saying how like all these fruitarians like quit being vegan and all that stuff. I didn't say all. I just said it increases your chances statistically. And my counterpoint was this. It's really hard to think of any or many people who quit being vegan recently who eat a balanced, sensible vegan diet. I'm really stretching my brain to think of people. What do you think? Do you think this? I think this is the key to success at veganism for long term. To not restrict down to just a few foods, have all the diverse plants, healthy plants that nature has provided for us, and eat them. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what I say every time someone quits veganism. I'm like, well, what do they do with their diet? Okay, they were like super high carb and fat is like the enemy or something like that. And that's what it always is. It's either they're restricting their amount of calories because it's veganism secretly, or actually it's eating disorder secretly wrapped in veganism, or it's they're cutting a certain macronutrient out because that macronutrient is like quote unquote bad. Both of those things are a recipe for disaster, and eventually your body can resist bad things for a long time. It can run through not having things that it needs for a long time, but eventually it catches up to you. And so like a lot of the recent ex-vegans of like last year, it was like Oh, I cut out for a second. A lot of the recent ex-vegans of last year, I'm like, I have been with those people in the past and seen how they eat. They're just not eating enough calories. And that's the same thing you'll see with somebody who like ended up with anorexia or something like that. Like, it's really sad, but like generally the person feels terrible because they don't eat enough calories. So they get dizzy and they can't think straight and they have brain fog and all that kind of stuff. It's the exact same symptoms.
Yeah, you've seen this firsthand. I know who some of the people you're talking about there. So you saw firsthand how they eat, right? Just not a lot of food. Yeah, really. I can't think of people like us, who eat, who don't restrict. We eat till we're full, and we eat a balanced. All these foods we're talking about, the legumes, the rice, potatoes, fruits, the whole thing, greens. It's not a restrictive diet. We're not eliminating whole food groups. We're not eliminating calories. It's everything you'd want a diet to be. Why would someone quit that? I mean, and the thing is, what has angered me, why I made some of these response videos last year, is how they're blaming veganism on their issues. It's like, no, it's how you ate. It wasn't the fact that you're eating plants, is the fact that you're eating not enough plants or just a couple of plants. People like you and me who are not restricting miraculously aren't having these problems. We're not getting all these gut issues or what have you.
Yeah, I think it's just like I think anybody would do it, honestly. You want to blame something else and not take responsibility. That's kind of like, everybody's ego's first response to doing something wrong or having something happen to you is like, what's the thing that I didn't, like, how can I get around this being my fault? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to admit to like all your followers, if you have hundreds of thousands of followers, that you did something wrong and they've been following your wrong advice, right? So
it's the diet.
It's the diet, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, well, it's not your fault. And so then you get out, you get away with it. You don't have to like take the ego strike.
Yeah, it's lame, and some of these people are doing even way worse things than that could have been the cause of their gut issues, like drinking turpentine, drinking urine, all sorts of like extreme things. But it was eating potatoes that's why they're sick. It's just so, just disingenuous to blame veganism. There's other more extreme risky things that are most likely the cause. You ever drink urine, by the way, Brian?
Now I know who you're talking about.
Ever consider drinking urine for gains?
Never once, man. I don't think there's anything in urine that we're missing out as vegans, but I guess someone will prove it wrong for us out there.
Yeah, write it down, guys. You're not going to see me drinking my or someone else's urine. It's just not going to happen, guys.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Broccoli has made that joke a few times about that unnamed person.
Yeah, the unnamed person. We don't want to throw any shade, but you guys probably know who we're talking about. If you've been following what happened last year, another person who quit and blamed it on veganism, gone on TV talking about how dangerous veganism is, but never really acknowledged the 35-day water fast, the urine drinking, or any of eating fruit for a long time, and extreme just extreme training that they've put on their bodies too, and under eating. So a lot of factors there, but it's the plants. Anyway,
it's the veganism. It's always the veganism.
So you heard it here, guys. Yeah, if you're wondering, if you're trying different kinds of veganism, you're seeing lots of good results. If you look at people who are lasting a long time, not having problems, eating a balanced, sensible, whole food, plant-based diet, not fasting, not restricting calories, just eating just what we consider just the regular vegan diet, the kind of diet you see like recommended by like say vegan medical doctors, like say Dr. Garth Davis and others like that. You don't see them saying, hey, but you really should eat, just once a day or once a week or whatever. I've not seen that yet. Oh, what do you think about that? I get this asked all the time. What do you think about intermittent fasting?
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty common question. Actually, that's something that is pretty like old school with bodybuilding, so I'm pretty familiar with it. I did it way before veganism, before I went and got into the veganism. Intermittent fasting is really useful if you are dieting and you have issues overeating food, especially if you have issues overeating food at night. A lot of people are night snackers. And so what will happen is they'll be on track with their diet all the way up until they get home after work, and they've eaten, 2,000 calories of their 2,600 calorie diet or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they'll start watching Netflix and they don't realize that they just ate, 1,200 calories of ice cream and popcorn and all sorts of stuff. So if you're dieting and you have that problem, it can be really helpful to eat, either nothing throughout the entire day or eat just a couple hundred of your calories throughout the day, and then save big bulk of your calories for the end of the night for that last 4 to 6 hour eating window. Because for me, when I'm doing competition prep and I'm getting down to something like 2,500 calories, 2,400 calories, like that to me feels like not a lot of calories. And if I'm eating that in a couple different meals throughout the day, each meal is only like 600 calories or something like that. But if I save it all for the end of the night, then I get to eat the same size of meal that I'm used to eating when I'm bulking, but it's all just at night. So I get to have two big, 1,200 calorie meals at once, and that makes me feel very full and satiated, and then I don't snack afterwards.
So that's some great insight on it. I've never tried it, so I've never been able to provide any personal experience. I just saw a funny comment from our moderator, Tracy. I've never seen Dr. Gregor make a drink your pee video.
It's coming. No, I'm just kidding.
And another question I get asked often in live streams, and I always follow it up with the question. Okay, the question I get asked often is, "What do I think of vegan keto?" And my follow-up question, I never see what the response is. Maybe I just don't see it. But anyway, my follow-up is, what do you hope to gain from vegan keto that you perceive that you can't gain from just eating how you and I do? So, what do you think about vegan keto?
Yeah, vegan keto kills me. Just keto in general kills me. I made a video about it not too long ago. And like I said, diet is like a dogmatic religious thing. So like a lot of people are keto to the heart and core. So when I made that video, I just got lambasted in the comments. People were just like going after me and stuff. But I feel like keto is another one of those things where you're just demonizing a certain macronutrient as if you don't need it, or as if it's the issue with whatever your goal is in your physique or whatever. So keto is like just trying to remove carbs entirely, and it's like your body completely runs on carbs. Trying to get your body to go ketogenic and run on ketones, there's no benefit to it. If anything, your workout's going to be less intense. You're going to have less strength, and you're not going to have as much weight being moved, so you're not going to have as big of muscles or preserve as much strength and muscles. I think it's ridiculous. But then doing it as a vegan, even more ridiculous. Just don't do it.
I know. I mean, plants are naturally high in carbohydrates, so it seems like that in itself, you're creating a restrictive diet. And again, what's the perceived gain that you're going to like be stronger? You're going to lose weight quicker? I'm trying to figure out what they want to accomplish. I've never quite figured it out yet.
Well, the idea is that your body will lose more fat more quickly and preserve muscle mass during that, like fat loss. Uh-huh. But that's not how it works. I've done keto before. Before I was vegan, I did keto, and I was like, dude, I just lost tons of muscle. It's not good, bro. You don't, like I said, you don't have good intense workouts. So like by default, even if you lost more fat, you're going to lose more muscle because you're not hitting the weights as hard.
Yeah, I think I was accidentally in keto when I first tried raw vegan. Before I discovered the high carb fruit whey, I accidentally stumbled into like some bull crap from David Wolf and stuff like that. Put a bunch of chocolate and maca powder and lucuma and all this crap in your smoothie. There was like no food going in, just a bunch of powders. And I'd go to the gym and just warming up at the basketball court, just shooting like from 10 feet. It's going, after like 5-6 minutes of that, I'm going home, man. This sucks.
Yeah, I never really was like afraid of carbs, but I used to have a lot less carbs than I do now. And now is the best I felt ever. Like when it comes to like actually training and stuff, I don't burn out halfway through and I'm like pushing myself to get through the last bits of my workout. I'm like pumped and feeling good all the way up to the end of it, and then I'm like, I have to go home. Like I want to keep lifting, but I just know there's no point for me lifting 95 million minutes or whatever. I mean, I only need 70 minutes. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm any example, you have a lot of good years of workouts and gym trips for you, because a typical day at the gym for me would be like an hour on the basketball court. Sometimes more than that, and then another hour plus in the weights. I mean, I'm 52 years old, and I just got done with some intense basketball games, and I go and lift heavy weights for an hour. I mean, that's a lot of time, a lot of energy. I don't see how I'd be able to do that if I was under eating or under carbed or anything like that.
You're not going to do that on keto, I'll tell you that much.
I'd like to see that happen. Well, let's open up. We've had some cool discussion. Let's see if people have more specific questions for me or Brian, since we have Brian here. And let me know when you got to go, Brian. Here, I know you're writing a book. You got all sorts of stuff going on. Make a new website and.
Yeah, I was just about to let you know my cell phone is at 6%, so we're getting pretty close.
6%. So now's the time to ask Brian anything, and you might see him mysteriously disappear. So we'll know what happened to him. So, any questions for Brian while he's here? I want to thank you before you get cut off from electricity there.
Yeah, man, this was fun. I always enjoy talking with you. I'm sad that we can't do it in person because of the social distancing, but hopefully once this is all over, we can see each other pretty soon and get some vegan food.
Oh, man, sounds cool. And I miss San Diego, too. Yeah, it's just awesome down there. Let's see, writing a book, you want to mention anything about that? Or did I burst a bubble or anything? Or
Yeah. I mean, it'll be out next week. So I have a recipe book already made, but then the book that I've been working on is a vegan beginner's guidebook. So people who are interested in veganism or people who have just gotten into it just recently but don't know a lot about it and don't know how to stick to it and do it the right way so that they aren't going to end up, going away from it. So yeah, it's going to be called the Vegan Blueprint. And I just finished working on it after about a couple of months ago. And then now I'm finishing up on the website.
So, well, they can buy it off your new website, right? And what's that website?
It will be eatveganordieTrying.com. So yeah.
Okay, and so it's not launched yet.
Not launched. It'll be probably the end of next week.
Where should they follow you between now and then? Like, what would you like? Do you like them to follow your YouTube, your Instagram? What's the best way to learn all things Brian Turner?
Yeah, that's it. Instagram and YouTube. I'm not a TikToker. I'm not a tweeter. But you can just look up my name, Brian Turner, on both of those, and you'll find me real quick. It's the guy with the long hair and
the muscles.
And the biceps.
As opposed to, like, there's a writer, I think, or something like that. Or
oh, man, why does that guy have to have the same name as me, man? He's ruining my Google search rankings.
Hopefully he's a good writer. You know anything about him or not?
All I know is that he's a vet of some sort. I think he was in, like, the Middle East War, and he then came home and started being a poet, and I don't know anything about his actual poetry, but he's won a couple of awards.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he's killing it.
At least it's not some like weird like douchebag or something like that. He seems like a good dude, so that's cool. People aren't like looking for you and go, wow, who's this crazy guy? I have a question for you. Your hair looks very thick and luscious. Do you do anything in terms a diet, like keep it like nutrients or anything like that?
I don't think so. I mean, if you go to my channel, you'll see what I eat. I do what I eat in the days every week or two. But I have, like I said, something around 1,000 or more calories of fruit a day. I have plenty of vegetables. I would say I get probably about 8 to 12 servings of vegetables a day. And I just have a lot of calories. That's probably a big thing. It's just the amount of calories that I'm eating. I'm getting a lot of nutrients, and so it probably grows pretty quickly from that. But other than that, I don't know. I'm not doing anything specific. I'm not like, I eat coconut shavings because it's good for my hair. No, I don't know. There's nothing specific.
Yeah, I don't do anything either, and I'm 52, and this crap keeps growing, So I think it's just eating, giving your body what it needs, eating plenty of calories and getting exercise and sun. I think all that stuff helps out. Maybe some genetics help too, but I think getting nutrients to your cells. You gotta add the middle initial to differentiate the two Brian Turners. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, but then my name's gonna be Brian M. Turner, and it'll just look like Brian M. Turner.
Yeah,
and then no,
you should email him and encourage him to add his middle initial.
You know what? It's honestly all it's doing is just giving me a goal to outpace him.
Yeah,
so really, it's just like a war.
Work harder. Yeah, have Google give you the number one search result there.
I just got to do better. That's all.
Let's see. Is Mark Tassi right when he says that grains and beans are bird food? No. Nope, they're good human food. I love beans. I love grains. And I did a debunking of Doug Graham's book, Grain Damage, and pointed out there's zero scientific reference there, no studies of any kind. He's just making stuff up the whole time. A lot of stuff that kind of sounds good, but once you start analyzing it more critically, scientifically, you'll see there's zero evidence to support the claims in Grain Damage. Even though the question wasn't about Doug Graham, it was about Mark Tassi. Let's see, any more questions for Brian? Well, we got him here. What's a serving of vegetables? How many grams?
Yeah, so when I say that, a lot of people ask that. Every vegetable has a different serving size. I would say probably the easiest way to do it is just Google it. So when you say broccoli, for example, just punch in broccoli serving size and Google will have it for you. And then, you can go from there. I don't know. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like broccoli is going to have a different serving size than spinach because spinach weighs like nothing.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be different. So I'd just say Google it or look at the back of a package.
So what percent are you down to now, Brian, of energy on your phone?
We're at 3%.
I should let you go so we can have a more glamorous send off than you just
like
magically disappearing.
I like that.
Well, thank you, Brian. Thanks for being, I think, my third guest on my new live stream with guests experiment. And
heck yeah, man! I was really glad to be here.
And yeah, I think soon as all these social distancing and lockdowns are off, Angie and I will be just raring to go out somewhere. So we'll hook up. We'll meet in Encinitas or San Diego. We'll go out and have some fun. Eat some good down home cooking vegan food.
I'll hold you to that, man. We'll go to the Modern Vegan. You'll love it.
Okay, is that in San Diego itself?
Yeah, it's in like North Park area.
Oh, we love North Park. All right, awesome. All right, sounds like a plan. All right, we'll get that happen as soon as it's the right thing to do.
Who knows when?
Yeah. Fingers crossed, won't be too long. Well, stay safe, Brian. Keep healthy. Keep doing what you're doing, and let's stay in touch. And I want to thank you so much for coming on. This has been real fun. Can't see you in person. Thanks, I'll see you here online.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you soon. I really appreciate this.
All right, Brian. All right, take care, man.
See you, dude.
All right, bye. So I'm gonna stick around a little bit with y'all here. Let me turn off his Skype cam here for a second and bump my size up here a little bit. All right, cool. So that was fun, guys. What did you guys think about that? Yeah, Brian, I say he's an old friend. We rarely see each other though, just like maybe at the occasional vegan festival or vegan event. But yeah, we want to hang out with them. Just really nice, good people, good times hanging with them. Just real honest, chill dude. He's like a different version of ourselves here. He's just a real kind of person. Just good positive energy, and yeah, just can't say enough about him. So I put a link in the show notes so you can find his YouTube channel at least. Subscribe to Brian, especially if you're into training or just want to follow a really nice, cool person. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for your really generous super chat tip there, Roger Birdbear. Keep on. You are the proof. Thank you. Yeah, I think people like me and Brian and, like Vegan Zombie, I had him on. He was my first guest, 20 plus year vegan. We're the proof that eating, vegan diet, if you do it in a balanced, sensible way, it's beyond sustainable for yourself. You can thrive on it. You can eat it. You can eat this way for the rest of your life. And so thanks. That's what we aim to show here, to show how easy it is to be vegan, how healthy it is to be vegan, how inexpensive it is to be vegan. And, there's nothing that a vegan diet will prevent you from doing. If you want to be a bodybuilder like Brian Turner or our friend Straight Veg who was in the chat. Now I'm going to have Straight Veg back on. We're going to do a live stream with him now that we're all on lockdown here. If you want to be a bodybuilder, you can do it. If you want to slam dunk at 50 like me, you can do it. If you want to be any kind of athlete, or you don't want to be an athlete, you want to be a vegan, whatever your thing is, a geologist, you can do that. It's not going to prevent you from doing anything. What's my favorite bean, Mujeta? I don't know. I've said this before. I don't think I've ever met a legume I didn't like. I really like all legumes. I can't. It's hard to pick favorites. I just like the whole group, the food group of legumes. Let's see. Cool. What's that, Zank? Cool dude. Yeah, Brian is definitely a cool dude. Nice talk with some great info. Thanks for these live streams, man. Yes, I had this idea last year to get guests onto my live stream, and I wasn't able to do that because of some technical problems. I tried different ways of getting guests in. I was trying Skype and Zoom and trying different programs to do it, and none of it was really working out for me. So I just kind of gave up in frustration. And with this whole, pandemic going on, it freed up a little bit time for me. So I tried to troubleshoot the technical difficulties I was having. Maybe there's an update in some of the software, but it finally started working for me. So now I can get these guests on. So I want to kind of balance it out. I want to have some debates against people like I did with Logan last weekend, who was trying to say that eating cooked food wasn't good, but I want to have cool people on. Not to say Logan wasn't cool, but a friendly guest like what we had today with Brian. So I try to present a broad, diverse range of people to have interesting discussions with. And Brian's information is good. He's been bodybuilding for most of his life, so he has a lot of insight in how a vegan diet works with all that. And it's no mystery. It all boils down to the same basic principles that, I've been talking about here, eating how, we eat. We eat the same food, me and Brian, for the most part. Just might have a few more different extra calories because he's trying to bulk up. But yeah, it's pretty much the same old story that I've been telling you guys. Cool, Zach. I will definitely keep him up because, as you can see, I'm having a fun time. This was like my dream last year, to expand our live streams into a format like this. And maybe what I might start doing too is take the download the audio for these and release it as a separate audio podcast somewhere. So who knows? Kind of like a rich roll thing. I'll probably cut off this discussion I'm having right now because my guest is gone. But I'll maybe just who knows? There's a lot of possibilities I can do with this. So yeah. Cool. Oh, Hinge Herbivore. Yeah, I should totally Rabbit Food Fitness. Yeah, I should totally do one with Hinge Herbivore. Let's see if I have a way to contact him. I'll try contacting him off Instagram or Twitter. Yeah, I'd love to have Hinge Herbivore. Yeah, we've kind of chatted in the chat here, but I've never spoken to him face to face. So that'd be fun to chat with him. And I suspect it's going to be kind of like this, probably eat kind of the same sort of way. I've seen his, what he eats in a day type videos. But yeah, he seems like another good, honest, real person here. Let's see. Joseph Bravo, you're not getting the notification of going live? Well, that sucks. Make sure, because a lot of people have told us that they've been unnotified. Like they need to go back to our homepage and make sure that notification bell is clicked. So you should just go double check that, because I think you told me that last time too. So I assume you're getting notifications from other channels, but a lot of people said that somehow they got unsubscribed or unnotified. They didn't have the notification bell clicked. So check that. No Egg Craig. Yeah, I met him at Natural Products Expo last year with Vegan Zombie. I can't say I know too much about him. It seems like a really nice guy, but I don't know if I could really do a good interview with him because I really don't really know a whole lot about him. I wouldn't know what to ask or what to say. Mike the Vegan. Yeah, I definitely want to try to get Mike the Vegan on for sure. I know him, so that would be an easy and fun, entertaining interview to have like the two vegan science guys on at the same time talking about this stuff. So yeah, that'd be a great one. So yeah, you guys have given me some good ideas here. Another person I reached out to, I've actually reached out to a few people. You guys might remember about a year ago, I did a live stream with Jackson of Planchiotic. He was having this moment of thinking about maybe quitting veganism for a short time. He wanted to experiment with eggs, and we talked about it live, and he subsequently decided not to do it. Anyway, I was thinking about having him on because that was kind of a heated debate. I want to have him back on with some good time, some good vibes. So let me know what you guys think about that. I just haven't set a time up, but I did contact him. He's living in Costa Rica now. Let's see, Angie. I'm not sure what she's doing. I think Angie's she wanted to have a day where she wasn't really doing any work. She's been working so hard during this whole lockdown. She hasn't really been doing any Netflixing or anything like that. So I think she wanted a day off completely. No video editing or anything like that. No, Jackson did not end up experimenting. So I thought I'd have him back on as a guest so we can talk all about his experiment with that whole, should he have an egg or eat some eggs for a limited amount of time or not. So fortunate to do it so he can talk about that. I haven't really chatted with him since, so I'd like to see how that came about, how he decided not to. Is he regret? I mean, is he glad he didn't do that? So he has, would have had a regret. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get in touch with Jackson. Let's see, Arvind, you too said you didn't get a notification. Again, go make sure you're just go to our homepage on YouTube and make sure not only are you subscribed, but also that you have the notification bell clicked. Because yeah, you're not the first person that said that they either didn't get a notification or just that bell was unclicked for some magical reason, like the algorithm is trying to get us to punish us or something. Who knows? Vegan Gains. Vegan Gains. I would love to have Vegan Gains on. I don't know if he would come on, honestly. He's a busy guy. He's producing tons of content, vegan content, Twitch streaming for video games. I feel kind of intimidated asking him, actually. I don't think I would. I don't know what his schedule's like. But I'd love to have Richard on for sure. I think that would be a great discussion. The good guy, Duran Ryder. I think other vegan YouTubers should get back in touch with the man. I have compassion for him for sure. I have compassion for all people for the most part. But probably not. He's done a lot of things that have pissed off a lot of people, and it just might be too much there. Yeah, I heard about how you got attacked by what's that crazy dude? That crazy low carb dude from Australia, Calpo. Heard about that. I heard about Isaac Butterfield and Vegan Gains. I saw Richard last night saying he made another video about Butterfield. It's probably gonna be up today, so I'll check that out. I replied back to him on Twitter, so that guy's saying more bullcrap again. So whatever. That's entertaining at least. Goji Man, yeah, there you go. Goji Man would be cool. I can't say I follow him on any social media like Twitter or Instagram to send him a direct message, but I will try to change that. Yeah, Goji Man would be great. Vegan Gains said he would collab with me on one of his streams. All right, I'll go on one of his streams for sure. When did you ask him that, Produce Nut Pills? Did you just ask him right now? And you're also asking me, is Nick Ocado vegan again? I have no idea. I mean, I thought he was like the most unvegan person in the world. Hey Tracy, yeah, go out for your run. Yeah, I mean, I got my run in this morning, so yeah, get some run. If you got some sun, go for it, because at least out here we're gonna see some rain for like Sunday through Wednesday. So I assume what hits here will drift over to your guys' area. So get out there. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks for moderating. Oh, Miles from Healthy Crazy Cool. Yeah, Angie knows him more. That would be again a tougher interview because I just don't really know much about him, but he seems like a cool dude. Okay, Wujeta, Richard said he asked that a day or two ago, and he said he'd be happy to collab with me. All right, cool. I'm glad he still thinks he can find time for little old Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegan. So that's cool. I would love to do some work with Vegan Gains, a live stream on his channel and or my channel. Either way, that would be cool because, I think he's probably the person whose vegan content I've been watching the most of for the past, maybe 3-4 months or so. He's been making some good videos. Oh, Race Lover is a moderator for Inch Herbivore. Oh, okay. So maybe okay, if I need gosh, I just don't know how to contact Race Lover. He's still so mysterious. I don't know how to find you on social media, but yeah, I need to see if you can hook up with Paul. See if we can get us in touch so we can get a live stream with Paul of Inch Herbivore on here. Humasiro, do we know Jacqueline Wood? No. Hang on, let me turn my AC on. It's getting warm in here. Oh yeah, SimNet Nutrition would be cool too. He's another guy I don't know how to hook up with, but I know Brian Turner is friends with him, so I can try to see if I can get Derek's contact info. It's always cool to get different fitness types on, get their perspectives. Let's see, Produce Not Pills. Yeah, for the people I don't know, I could post on like my social media and have questions from our viewers. I could see if our viewers could kind of hook it up. I'll see. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, Race Lover. Yeah, talk to Paul soon. Yeah, let him know that I'm having guests now on my live streams, and I would love to have him come on sometime. So we just have to figure out with the time difference and all, what would be the best time. I figured it'd be like how I kind of did it today, like around the same time, be like evening for him. Let's see, good guy. Let's see, I already did destroy Isaac Butterfield. I've destroyed him several times, actually. But I don't think Isaac saw your video because he keeps making the same arguments. No, he did actually see at least my first video because he responded to me. He called me happy, healthy vegan, and he said I took everything he said and broke it down point by point. So he did at least see the first video. Hang on one sec, getting a couple notifications here. Let me see if it's anything related. Let's see, Sarah just right now bought something on our web store. It looks like Sarah, if you're watching, thank you. It looks like you just bought the ebook of Keep It Carb Baby, Angie's book, high carb, low fat, no oil recipes, 50 recipes. And as I've said this many times before, we're going to keep it at half price. That's $6.50 for the duration of this pandemic. Because I know a lot of you guys are forced to like make food more often than what you're used to. So maybe you guys aren't even that good at making food. So yeah, Keep It Carb Baby, half price. It's on our web store, and I'll put the link to that right now. Let me grab it here. And just the ebook that's on sale. I wish we could offer you the printed book on sale, but we have maybe like 9 or 10 copies left, and I don't know when we're going to get them pressed up again because of the whole pandemic. Our printer's not working. You know, I'm not like a printing machine, but the printing company we work with. So it might be a while before we get Keep It Carb Baby. And Angie's going to try to make a big push into her new book during this whole quarantine lockdown period. What happened to Chelsea Lifts? I was asking Brian Turner about her, and he said she's just kind of stopped making videos lately. She's still vegan, but yeah, maybe progressed on to other things. But yeah, she's still around, just not as prolific on YouTube. But yeah, I haven't talked to Chelsea in a long time. It seems like a really nice person. Cool, Wujetta. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be interested in Angie's next book when it finally comes out. Still untitled. It might just be called Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook or something like that. But I think a lot of you guys will like it. It'll be even simpler recipes. Not to say Keep It Carb Baby is full of complex recipes, but she's going to make it even easier to get like stuff from like, cans, like canned beans, frozen vegetables or stuff like that, instead of having to exclusively use just fresh whole foods like Keep It Carb Baby. So not to say it won't be fresh whole foods in Angie's new book, but there'll be some recipes that don't require it. So it's going to be more diverse, I think. It's still going to be really healthy for sure, because we've been eating the stuff out of her new book all the past like 12 months. It's really delicious. And Tracy, our moderator, who just had to leave, she's been eating and testing out some of these recipes too, and she's been digging them, her and her husband. Let's see. Yeah, okay, here's what happened to Chelsea, the Killer Queen. That sounds like what Brian was telling me. She had some health issues, focusing on her health. Okay, I didn't know it was a fractured spine. Something, yeah. Let's see, gained some weight when healing, working hard to heal up and get healthy again. That's what you're supposed to do during an injury. Yeah, just do what you got to do to get healthy so you can start doing your thing again. Let's see, Vegan Metal. Hey, good to see you. And I did get your messages on Twitter. Yeah, you see, I've only got one. I just did one interview so far since I put the call out. So we'll talk. Let's see. I should try to get in touch with Sakuri Life as a vegan YouTuber from Saudi Arabia. Wow, I think you've told me about her before. Let me copy her here. That would be interesting. A vegan YouTuber from Saudi Arabia. All right, cool. So I just copied her name and pasted it into Google, so I will find her later on. That would be really interesting. And you don't meet too many vegan YouTubers from Saudi Arabia, so that'd be a really unique perspective to to have on and learn from. So I can't imagine what being vegan in Saudi Arabia is like. Can you guys? I guess if you watch our channel, you get some insight into that. Okay. Well, Race Lover, I would love to interview you, Race Lover, but you're so, such an enigma. We don't know really anything about you other than you're a dude. That's about the best I can can infer. But yeah, we'd love to get Race Lever on. That would be awesome. And humble, yeah, for sure. A dude and humble. Well, you're only what, level 37 vegan or something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Vegan Metalhead, if she is the only vegan YouTuber from Saudi Arabia. Hey, who is this Race Lever we hear so much about? We don't know. I don't know if we heard he moderates also on Hench Herbivore's channel. Does Hench Herbivore know more than I do about your Race Lever? Does he have some additional factoids that I'm not aware of? Let me know. I think we should have equal facts. You've moved to beyond levels. You've transcended levels now, huh? Let's see. Killer Quinn, you'd like to test some of Angie's recipes? I think, thank you. Thanks for volunteering. Yeah, Tracy, our moderator, is doing a fantastic job with that. Let's see. So you have any questions here while I got you guys here, while you guys have me here? That was fun. I'm glad Brian came on. That was fun. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it too. I'm really digging having guests on. I'm going to have some more guests on, get some debates happening too with people who are wanting to say that what I'm doing is wrong or whatever. But let's see, you guys have any questions here? Because let's see, I should go pretty soon, see what my wife is up to. But I can talk for a bit more. No worries, no hurry. We're all good. Does Race Lever even grow his own food? Nah, he doesn't even garden, bro. You know, it's garden shame. It's an inside joke if you guys don't know what we're talking about here. Let's see. Let's see, Vegan Metalhead. Pick up limes would be a cool guest. Vegan dietitian from the Netherlands. Wow, you guys know all these people I've never heard of. Wow, I'm glad to see you guys help me out. How much time do I spend reading studies on nutrition? Really good question there, ETHT. You know, I don't consider myself a health professional, like, dietitian or anything. I'm not anything of the sort, and I make no I'm not pretending to be or anything like that. So I don't read stuff like that on my leisure time. I do read them when I go through and make the videos that I make for you guys, on our YouTube channel here. And some studies I'll read through more in depth. Others I won't read as much as I probably should, but important ones, I'll try to find it, like on Sci-Hub. I'll try to get the whole study so I can get just past the abstract. It all depends. So that's when I'm doing most of my reading, is when I'm doing my research for a video. Do I ever talk to Summit Nutrition? No, he's come in the live stream chat a couple times. I haven't seen him in recent times. And no, I never chatted with him before, and I would love to. I think that would be another good interview. Elise Parker? No, I don't think that that will work out here. A raw alignment interview? I don't think that's going to work out. Let's see. Sweet Simple Vegan. Yeah, I haven't talked to them in a long time. Yeah, we used to see them all the time when they lived out here in Southern California. All the time. Yeah, they were part of our little vegan circle of friends. But yeah, they moved away, as you probably know if you're fans of them. But yeah, it'd be fun. We could easily do an interview with Sweet Simple Vegan and Conscious Chris. It'd be cool to just catch up with them. I haven't talked to them since they moved away, and they've been gone for a couple years now. Nope, no spheres, nope. Ryan, what do I think about people going carb crazy in the quarantine? Yeah, that's what Brian Turner and I were talking about, how all these vegan staple foods seem to be in most high demand right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Go to your market, I can't find bananas. I know they're there sometimes. I'm not seeing them. I'm good looking for, rice, potatoes, legumes. I've had decent luck finding potatoes, but yeah, it's kind of, crazy. Like, who's eating all these bananas now? Like, this is wild. Favorite firmness of tofu? I couldn't tell you, Maria, because as I was telling Brian Turner earlier, we don't buy tofu. In fact, we kind of miss it. Maybe we'll get a tofu next time we go to the store. But if I remember right, from years back, I think firm was our favorite firmness of tofu. Let's see. What are we having for dinner tonight, Truth Seeker? I don't know. I have no idea. What do I think about eating insects? No, that would not be vegan. And anyone who's like pushing the eating insects diet, it's like, why? You don't need to eat insects. I know people say it's a great source of protein. Well, so are legumes, and so is like, spinach. I mean, it's not like vegans are lacking in protein or anything like that. So if people say you need to eat the insects to get your protein, like, no, you don't. Or else like vegan zombie and I would be like, dead or something right now. Or at least deficient or something bad. Jeff Nelson. Wow, you guys want me to talk to Jeff Nelson? Wow. What should I talk to Jeff Nelson about? I do know Jeff. I'm not sure what I would chat with him about. What should I talk to Jeff Nelson about? Let me know. If you guys can give me a good idea for the interview for Jeff Nelson, I'll be down. I'm sure he'd be down too. Did I really stop taking B12? You personally feel veg source is not a legit source? Well, yes and no. I've stopped taking my sublingual B12 spray, but there's a but to it. As I said, there's B12 in my that Clean Machine green protein, the lentine. You guys know what I'm talking about. This I'm too lazy to put it on the screen. And also too, you may have seen Vegan Zombie take some of this stuff from Healthy Cell. I just made a workout video yesterday. It'll probably be out like in a day or two, early next week. It's this vegan vitamin supplement package here. It tastes like mango. In fact, I'm gonna have some right now. Sounds really good. It's got B12 in here. It's got all, they call it the vegan essentials because it has a bunch of stuff vegans are concerned about, and rightfully so, like say omega-3s, vitamin D3, B12, zinc, iron, choline. I usually have these in the morning too, but I forgot this morning. I went running and kind of threw my schedule off. So I've been taking this every day for like the past like 3 to 4 weeks. So to just get some extra vitamins, particularly right now, it's like, with the health crisis happening, I just want to make sure my body's getting everything it needs. So yeah, there's B12 in there too. So I am still taking B12, but I've stopped using for the time being my B12 sprays, if that answers your question. Vegan doctors. I was thinking about reaching out to some vegan doctors. The one I know the best would be Joel Kahn. Would you be interested in me having Joel Kahn? Let me know. Dr. Joel Kahn. He was the one that went on Joe Rogan's last year. I don't know Dr. Garth at all, or Dr. Gregor. But yeah, Kahn and I are acquaintances. We've met each other. We know each other. So let me know if you'd like to see Joel Kahn. Where can you get that? Well, wait for my video to come out. Who's asking that? Moses, for this stuff. I'll tell you, you can look it up. It's called Healthy Cell. It's vegan essentials. Yeah, I made a workout video yesterday, and I have a coupon code. I'll share that all in that next video. So look for my next workout video. It'll be out within 1 to 3 days. I just have to finish. It won't be out tomorrow. It'll be out like in 2 to 3 days. So check that out. And I'm really digging this. Like I said, I'm not able to get as many bananas as I'm used to. You guys know that. I'm a big banana eater, and so I want to make sure I'm still getting all the vitamins I'm getting from all the fruit that I'm not getting as much of. So perfect timing to have this company find me, and I checked it out and say this is a legit product. So I will share that info with you more on my next vid. But yeah, I've been taking this now for the past like a month almost. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Yeah, have Joel back on? Okay. I'll reach out to Joel Kahn. See, I don't know how busy he is right now. I know he's a heart doctor. I don't know. Garth Davis went on Bart K's channel. I know just to debunk him. He's aware of the nonsense coming from K's channel. But yeah, I don't know. Garth, he seems really busy right now. I've been following his Instagram, and he's his hospital's all prepared for treating COVID patients. So. Again, Khan being a cardiologist, I don't think that it's that he'll be busy with that as much. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll reach out to Joel Kahn. That would be a good interview. I like him. He's straightforward, friendly guy. Let's see, Pam Popper. Wait, Pam. I think I know who Pam Popper is. Let's see. Maybe I don't. If so, if not, but I don't know enough about her. Neil Bernard, I've met him once, but I doubt he'd remember me. But I could ask. Maybe he'll be cool. You don't know until you ask, right? You know. And if they don't remember you, they'll see our channel has over 200,000 subscribers. So hopefully they'll, like, all right, take it seriously. Let's see. Diana's World 88. Yeah, people are still going to the beach in our area. They are packed in Santa Barbara. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of this lockdown here in California is to keep people separated from each other. So I suppose it can be done if you can go to the beach and not be like sitting near other people and not be walking closely past other people to get where you need to go. It can be done, but if the beaches are packed, that just doesn't work. I mean, people need to take seriously what our health professionals are telling us to truly stay at least 6 feet from people. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people not really caring about it out here too. Maybe it's worse in Santa Barbara because you guys have more beautiful beaches here. But really, take the advice of these health professionals seriously. There's a reason for all this, and it works the best, it's most effective, the more people actually follow what they are saying. So some of us are doing what we ought to be doing, and other half of the population's not, they can have the results that you would want to have. Yeah, the beaches here are closed, but yeah, people are finding ways to get down onto them. Yeah, it's a Chelsea's lift shirt for sure. A John Rose video. No, he would not be a guest on here for sure. That would not be a good interview. Dr. Greger, I don't think he has any idea who we are, but I could try to reach out to him and see if he is interested or not. Like I said, you never know till you ask. And same with Dr. Bernard. Yeah, worst happens is he says no or just doesn't get back to me, huh? Killer Queen. Yeah, you don't understand the 6-foot rule. They just had to draw a line somewhere. Yeah, the virus can spread many ways. I know. They just they're trying to find a minimum distance for social distancing, for physical distancing. They don't want people standing next to each other. 6 feet, I think, is just the minimum they say where you can, operate. I think that's the most they can really ask people is 6 feet, because people are already having trouble with that as it is. Like when I go running, I'm running on the street because I don't want to go past someone on the sidewalk and I don't want them to go past me. So, I try to I maintain more than 6 feet. 6 feet for me is too close. I'm trying to maintain like a 10-foot buffer minimum. Can't shut down every time a novel virus appears. Well, hopefully there won't be this won't be happening. This is the kind of pandemic that people have been talking about that could happen, like with SARS and MERS, but didn't materialize. This time it finally did, and this is probably the best solution as far as what's happening on shutting down, locking down, just for a short amount of time to prevent millions of people from dying. And hopefully there'll be some good changes after that. Maybe there will be some more discussion about, say, healthcare and universal basic income. Ideas that are really seeming like, they're super extremely relevant right now. Where is Bobo and Jojo? I'm not sure. They're outside of this room, that's for sure. Let's see. What kind of turntable? I got rid of my Techniques decks last year so I can make room for this couch back here and kind of shuffle things around so we can make this room a little bit more cozy and functional. This is a Rega deck. It's not for DJing. R-E-G-A, Rega. Not sponsored. It's a British company. It's kind of an audiophile-ish kind of turntable. Yeah, but not good for like DJing or anything like that. Just good for throwing the needle down and sitting on the couch. Who knows, race lover? All we know is the peak of the curve is yet to come here in the United States, and it's on every 3 days. A number of deaths doubles here, so that just shows you the power of geometric mathematics there, geometric progression. So yeah, we're the worst hasn't happened yet, but things could look pretty crazy in a couple of weeks. or by the end of the month. So yeah, we're only at April, 2nd or 3rd right now, guys. So yeah, just hold on. Hopefully it won't be that bad. That's the whole point. But they're already changing their tunes about prediction. Yeah, who knows? The models are always changing. Assumptions change or get filled in. New data comes to light. We had the worst in the past, Race Lover. We had the worst in the past. Like, in what sense? I said the worst isn't here yet because the number of deaths are doubling every 3 days. So once you see that starting to flatten out, when the number of deaths takes 4 or 5 days, then there's some slowing down. But it's on a pretty steady every 3 days. It doubles. But I'm not. No one's stoked about shutting down the economy or anything. But what's the alternative? Let people go out and spread this virus, which is extremely aggressive in its spread. You can have absolutely no symptoms and spread it. You can have just mild symptoms and not be laid out in bed like you would with a regular flu and be spreading it. It's really easy to get and hospitalizes roughly 2% of the people that get it. Yeah, 98% of us are, not going to require hospitalization, but 2% will. So, this thing could easily infect over half the population because it's so easy to spread. We've not seen anything like this in our lifetime is what I'm saying. The flu doesn't spread at this rate. So, well, there's different models, Race Lover. It depends. Yeah, it really all depends. It depends on assumptions. We've had more aggressive viruses before. Which ones, Race Lover? Which ones are you talking about aggressive in terms of how many people, what's it called? R0, how many people one person can affect? Like a flu's 1.6. This one's over 3. And then the fact that you are spreading it without even knowing it. That's the most insidious thing, I think, about this. Either way, we want, bottom line is for as few people to die, especially those with pre-existing conditions such as my mother. I want to keep her safe as much as possible. She's over 80. She has heart issues. Her blood pressure is on the high side. So yeah, other viruses have higher RO numbers for sure, Race Lover. The thing is, how quickly were those stamped out? How were they caught early? Were they traced? This one wasn't, and it spreads really easily. It's out of control right now in that sense. So this is the next best thing. Since you can't shut it down, all you can do is try to minimize, mitigate. So anyway, yeah, I'm not saying you're right, I'm wrong, or whatever. I'm just saying there's different approaches, and I'm erring on the side of caution here. If 2% of people who catch this require hospitalization, that alone is alarming. Because not to say they're all going to die, but they're going to require hospitalization. That alone will overwhelm our healthcare system. Let's see, a Tupac fan. Yeah, Arvind. What are my thoughts on a possible unreleased Tupac album being released by Tupac's estate? Really? Is there talk about that? I haven't heard about that. I mean, I thought they released most of his unreleased material already because he's, Anyway, if there's more, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear more Tupac stuff. Yeah, Racer, it's a good question from Marquise. Are you not taking this seriously, or are you just kind of doubting the models, or what? Let's see. Yeah, fear is dangerous, Race Lover. That's why I can't find toilet paper at the stores or anywhere for that matter. Amazon, nowhere has that. People are fearing right now. And the shutdown has consequences for sure. If you are out of work, can't pay your bills, your mortgages, your rents. Yeah, I know there's dire consequences. Yeah, fortunately, many states have got their thing together. California is one of them, which is banning evictions right now. There's measures in place to try to help us, which is another reason why I think universal basic income seems like its time has really blossomed right now into the spotlight, as opposed to being some kind of perceived as a crazy idea 1 year ago. What's my favorite Tupac jam? Who Do You Believe In? You know that one? I think is that what it's called? Maybe, but that's the that's the line he says over and over again. Handheld bidet. Yeah, gone vegan. I have a bidet. I've had a bidet here in since like 2012 or something like that. I love that freaking thing, man. I can't imagine being bidetless, man. That's Yeah, so if you can't find, I heard bidets are really hard to find now too, so that sucks. Like Brian Turner and I were talking about, anything you want to find on Amazon is either sold out or jacked up in price. So Marquee Vegan, you're taking this seriously. Your aunt and uncle luckily survived when they got infected. Yeah, I'm really concerned again about my mother. She's in her 80s, has all the pre-existing conditions. She's overweight, high blood pressure, heart, coronary, vascular disease, whatever. It's like she's a prime candidate for having the full blown hospitalization. So you should be very cautious about people at high risk. And I call them up on almost a daily basis now. I used to call her every week every couple of weeks or so. So I'm talking to her all the time. I just had groceries delivered to her. She was talking about going to the store. I said, no, you're not going anywhere for April. You are staying home for 1 month. I'm not allowing you out. Just stay home. Tell me what food you want. Email it to me. And I had groceries delivered to her. Same with your mom too, Timothy. Yeah, just do what you can, guys. Yeah, help them, because they might not be exercising the best judgment. They're distracted by other things. So I said, look, if you need food, I will get you food. Just let me know what you want. Do what you guys can. Come on, guys, leave Ray Slover alone. He's entitled to his opinions, which many of us may not agree with on this one particular issue. But let's not fight here, guys. Let's talk about something other than the outcome, the possible outcomes for COVID-19 over the next month or two. California Love, yeah, for sure, Arvin. Yeah, why you ask that? That's it's an awesome song. Let's see, Vegan Metalhead, you're like me too. Your dad's 70, artificial heart valve. Yeah, don't let them in the grocery stores. Yeah, right now, guys, really be careful with your older relatives. Talk to them. Make sure they understand that they should not just be, living life normally for at least the next month or two. Try to, let them know that, they're at high risk of being hospitalized or even dying from this thing. I mean, it strikes people of all ages, but yeah, older people with these pre-existing conditions are the most vulnerable. So just try to let them know that you care about them and try to help them any way you can. Arvin, cool. You got some basmati rice at your Indian store. Yeah, that's what I was telling Brian Turner about earlier. Yeah, it's hard to find rice at your regular non-ethnic grocery stores. Try your Asian stores or just think a little bit outside the box, because usually the ethnic stores, the grocery stores, stockpile rice in far greater quantities because it's more of a staple of many diets in Asia, be it Indian or any kind of Chinese, Vietnamese, Cambodian, whatever market you guys got. Try to hit them up for some rice, but don't hoard. Let's see. What else, Metalhead? Your mom is a type 2 diabetic. May take over the grocery shopping list. Yeah, my mom gave me her list. I saw, she just recently got diagnosed that she needs to get some heart surgery once this whole COVID thing's done. And she's ordering eggs. I'm saying, Mom, come on. I mean, eggs are really the most high cholesterol food, and you're at high risk here. So I just got that off of her list. It's like, so yeah, help them out. Order food for them so it can be delivered to them, and just get rid of these high-risk foods. Fortunately, my mom ordered a lot of good stuff. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, so just get rid of the stuff that, doesn't need to be on there. Let's see. What do I think about liquid foods to have a quick vegan meal? What's my complete vegan meal when I don't have the time? Not sure I understand exactly what you're talking about liquid foods, but I have smoothies all the time, and that's a good quick one. I can't think of anything quicker than like shoving like, a bunch of bananas in the blender and throwing some liquid in there and hitting, turn on the Vitamix or whatever you got, that's quick, that's what I love about smoothies. I'm hungry, I'm getting back from running or the gym or whatever, and I know I can have a meal within like 5 minutes or less. Yeah, I did tell them that. I did tell my mom, A, there were no eggs. I kind of fibbed there. And B, I said, well, you shouldn't be eating them right now, too. You're supposed to have heart surgery, So no. Vodka is really good food right now. No. Really, Timothy, I remind you of your brother, a long-distance runner. You're of a weights and explosive training guy. Well, if you've been following me, I've been more of the weights and explosive training guy. I mean, that's how I got from being a runner to a guy that could slam dunk, is from not running as much and spending more time working on weights, strength, and keyword there, explosiveness, because that's how you get up into the air is through explosiveness. The weights help you, but then you have to do specific training to explode, to use that weight, to use the motion of the hips to thrust you up. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm training now. Well, at least I was before all this, but there's ways to do explosive training without going to the gym, like doing hill sprints, which I'll probably start doing again sooner rather than later. Paul D, lift weights, beans, pretty simple. Yeah. Brian Turner, we're eating the same kind of stuff. Lots of beans, potatoes, rice. Yeah, Action. I heard about the dirt or manure. That's how they got the skaters to stop skating in the skate parks here in Long Beach, by pouring manure on them. I guess skaters, didn't want to listen to the city, like saying, no, these things are shut down. And a lot of them, there's no gates around them. They never envisioned a situation where the skate parks would have to be closed off like that. So Ryan is doing the cross training thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm just doing the kind of training that other people who are training for basketball and jumping do. So if you want to call it that, it's exercising kind of in a certain way, if you will. But yeah, can't stop the surfers though. Well, here in LA County, the beaches are supposedly shut down even to surfers. I think Orange County is the same too. And it's probably not a good idea to go into the ocean water too, because I read something, I forgot the details, but how COVID-19 can contaminate waters too if it gets into like the drainages that flow into our ocean. So it might be a good time to avoid surfing right now, perhaps. I don't know. I need to research more about that. Just saying, if you're a surfer or an ocean swimmer, do some research on it before you go next time. Oh, whatever suits you. We're talking about like meal replacement powders. I never do anything like that. So yeah, I couldn't give you my experience, share my experience about that. Brian said he watched surfers jump the fence. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, if there's good waves, it's going to be a hard thing to stop people from getting out into the water. I know how surfers are because I've been one for a lot of my life. Let's see. Come on, guys. Stop fighting about COVID outcome sources. What's going to happen is going to happen. We'll see in a month, what really went down here in the United States. So let's, just stop fighting about what will happen and just be focused on the present and see what does happen and try to make the most of it, the best of it, the least amount of bad happen in our lives and in the lives of others that we might affect or not affect. So just try to just all be cool right now is what I'm saying. Now's not the time to be divisive, Now's the time just to just get through this. The least amount of problems, the least amount of deaths, and just listen to what the health professionals and your government's telling you to do for right now. Yeah, it's tough for people who like the outdoors at a time like now. I'd say try to find some outdoor time without needing to go somewhere that's really like, like naturey, like a park or a beach or whatever, if you're lucky, you might have a side yard or a front yard or backyard or something like that where you can go out and get some sun and enjoy that. Running's good because running, you're getting outside, you're breathing the fresh air, and it's really easy if you are trying to maintain social distance. I run out on the street. I don't run on a crowded street, so I'm avoiding people by much more than 6 feet. If you see someone coming your way, you can easily go to the other side of the street or stop or whatever. So that's what I recommend. Run, and just run very mindfully. Run like it's a video game. Like, zombies are coming to attack you and you're just looking out for who's going to cross your path and how close they're going to come and just try to figure it all out. So let's change the comments. Yes, let's change the comments. All right, so I feel you there, Action, needing the sand to ground yourself. Well, maybe he can do this, Action, if you live out here. Just go down to the beach really quickly as far as you can get to the parking lots. They should be open because I know they're opening the parking lots for residents to park in because everyone's home right now. There's not enough street parking. So just put your feet in the sand for a few minutes, get it done, and get out of there. But find a place where there's few, if any, people, where you can be alone by yourself and get some sand foot grounding. I know what you mean. What's the best state to be vegan? Asked Moses. I would say here, California is pretty damn good. There's so many vegan restaurants and non-vegan restaurants that have great vegan options. So yeah, I've yet to see a better one. And I think if you just check on Happy Cal, you'll see how many are here in Southern. I'm talking about Southern California too. You'd think the San Francisco area would be great, and it is pretty good, but this whole LA area is just crazy good. Yes, Maria, we write music. We make albums. Love Spirals is our band. Love Spirals Official on YouTube and Instagram. Yes, we're making music right now too. I mean, not this exact moment, but yeah, I'm writing a new song right now. Yeah, SoCal, not Bay Area. Bay Area is good, but I think, but it's not as good as SoCal is. I think this is an objective fact. I'm not trying to say it's better here. I mean, I love the Bay Area, but there's just more vegan food options, more restaurants here. Would I ever live anywhere besides California? Yeah, for sure, but practically speaking, probably not. I mean, I'm probably stuck here, and this is a good place to be stuck. I have a really good deal on where I live at here. So, yeah, you probably won't see me moving just out of economic reasons, but I dig living here too. You watched a guy get a spinal contusion on prime time live TV? Wow. I don't know how you thought of that, but wow. Yeah, not to diss NorCal, Gone Vegan. I love Northern California. I would love to live in Northern California. I'd love to live in San Francisco or, Berkeley, Oakland, Silicon Valley, Marin County, San Rafael, Bolinas. I'd love to live any of those places, but yeah, it ain't too bad down where we're at as well. I dig SoCal. And I've pretty much always lived in California. Yeah, I've always lived in California. Let's see, what did I do before YouTube? Oh man, I made a video about that. Search it on my channel. I've done a lot of different things in my 50 odd years on this planet. Have I tried yoga? Asked Arvin. Good question. Watch my fitness video coming out in a couple days, the one I've been talking about where I'm going to show you that new vitamin I was taking. Anyway, yeah, I show a whole, whatever you want to call it, what I did in the morning as far as working on my body, and a lot of it involved yoga. So you'll see that. In fact, most of it was yoga, actually. So look for that in the next 2 or 3 days. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but you'll see how I trained and ate in a day, all my meals, my workout, all that. Truth Seeker, yeah, I studied, I learned Taekwondo when I was younger, like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. I don't remember how long exactly. I'm just kind of guessing here, maybe 9 months to a year, something like that. I don't remember too much, but I remember a few moves like a side kick, a front kick, a double kick. some punching technique. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like, you know, a martial artist by any stretch. Let's see. Let's see, Marquise, you're a vegan in Texas. You don't know any other vegans in your circle. Oh, that's too bad. If you can, are you from Austin? That's a good place to be in Texas if you're vegan. Sounds pretty, you know, as far as Texas goes, you know, decently vegan friendly there. Yeah, Dallas, Fort Worth. Some of our friends in Austin, the people who work at Nadamu, told us about their favorite vegan restaurant. It's not in Austin, it's in Dallas. And they said it's really good. So if we ever get out there, we'll check it out. Let's see. Huh. Wow. British television has debates about veganism. Well, they kind of do. They've had it a sort of on the doctor's show before. Not much though, but that would be kind of cool. We could see more debates. Usually though, they turn into a crap show. Like on British TV, we've seen on Veganuary, they always have to bring out an anti-vegan to balance out Veganuary. Like, why? Why don't you just talk about Veganuary for what it is? Why do you need some kind of anti-vegan to balance it out? There's nothing to balance out. It's just a movement. We don't need people poo-pooing on it. All right, guys, I'm starting to get really hungry. What time is it? Yeah, it makes sense. I haven't really eaten a whole lot today. I had my smoothie after my run. I had some, like, in our air fryer. I put some fries in there right before I came on with Brian just to make some quick food, get some quick carbs. But I'm hungry, and I bet Angie's hungry too. So I'm gonna go see what my wife is up to, and yeah, help her out with some kind of dinner probably. So anyway, guys, hope we're not fighting anymore. It looks like we might be cool in the chat there. Hope you're still there, Race Lover. But anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks, Race Lover. I know Tracy had to go on her jog for the evening, but thanks everyone for hanging out and chatting with me and Brian earlier. It seems like a whole lifetime ago already, huh? Since Brian left. But anyway, guys. Yeah, thanks so much. I'm not sure when the next live stream will be, but like I said, there will be more in the future. More frequent live streams, and I'm going to have more guests on, but you'll still have the old school ones like this with me chilling with y'all and stuff. Let's see, what do you hear, Race Lover? I'm here. Watch the link and tell me what you think. That's a nice rhyme. I like that. Watch the link. I'll leave this live stream up. Race Lover reminded me I should mention, yeah, usually I take live streams down, but I'm going to leave ones up that have guests on, like Brian Turner's today. So I'm going to leave it up. So if you joined us late, just hit the link for this video because you got the link. You were notified probably. And I'll leave it up on our channel for everyone to see. Even though it's a 2-hour stream, Brian's only on for the first hour. So if in case you came on late, wondering where Brian was, he took off already. But yeah, check it out. We had a really fun discussion. And yeah, I can't thank him enough. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. Yeah, let's see what anything else I want to say. I'm not sure when next live stream will be, but you'll see. You'll just make sure you hit the notification bell on our channel so you get notified. And yeah, look for a video about how I trained in a day, how I worked out, what I ate all 3 meals in a day. That'll be out in like 2 or 3 days. That's probably my next video. All right, cool. Awesome, guys. Yeah, this is a fun chat. It's been a great chat here. Race Lover, Tracy, you guys did an awesome job. Thanks so much. Once again, no trolls. You know, at least I saw one for a second. I think you guys squashed them out. So awesome. All right, guys. So peace, love, stay safe, stay healthy, and it's stay vegan, guys. Bye-bye.